Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Charisma Saves. That's cocked. That's fine. That's fine. Today we have the very handsome Hugo. We have the beautiful and talented Sarah. And we have drummer and dreamboat Alex. And we have actual doctor, real life ladies, MD, Randy, down below. And I am your host, Jake, and DM. I'm very important here. And so this is Charisma Saves. If you're new in town, thanks for coming. If you've come back again, this is like a bar, and you have a problem, then you should get help. You should get help. So we don't have any announcements this week, really. It seems. It seems we are without any announcement. Nothing to announce.
We do have the Discord still. If you haven't joined, the link is in the chat.
We have the official Discord.
Yes.
Official, it makes it sound...
It's the official Discord.
It's like when people say artisanal cheese. It's better than
It's
just
much
really
fancier.
good cheese.
But,
Do you not agree?
I don't disagree. It's just, that's
Good.
not the metaphor I would have gone to. I don't know. You ever had chocolate cheese? I tried that once. That was weird.
I thought you were going to say artisanal
I had
chocolate.
peanut butter cheese.
What?
That was fantastic.
That's a thing that exists?
It was fantastic.
Okay.
Randy, have you ever had weird cheese, I guess? I don't...
He lives in Wisconsin. How can he not?
I mean, he is cheese.
All of our cheese is artisanal and amazing.
Okay.
Especially the cheese whiz. That's very
So,
artisanal.
again,
Even the cheese whiz is better here.
welcome to Charisma Saves, home of artisanal cheeses. We do have the official Discord. More and more people every day. Very cool. We're already up past 100, which is pretty good considering that we basically only talk about it here.
Yeah.
So that's pretty decent. We should talk about it in more places, I think. That's probably on us. Also, there's a fan art section. There's questions for next week's question thing. Also of note, next week there will not be a D&D stream, rather a painting stream in which we will just kind of hang out with you guys and paint some minis and, I don't know, talk about life or other things. Other than that, I think that's good. Anything to add? Would you like to pimp your... Do you have anything you're working on?
I am still open for commissions right now if people are looking for artwork.
There you
That's
go.
about it. I have 2 spots open, so
Yeah.
if anyone wants a character drawn.
If you want someone to walk around behind you and play a snare drum, the guy is right there. And if you want someone to be an excellent wingman, Hugo is your guy. Very sociable in bars.
Oh.
He has all the lines. So there he is. Anyway, without further ado, I guess let's just jump back in because we ran a little short last time. Let's maximize our time tonight. This is probably the last episode inside the Barrow here, as you guys got very close to the end.
Yeah, I fucking hope so.
And well, in the based on your perception checks from the last time, you had basically seen that you were climbing at least one more level. So you had ventured into the Barrow deep within the White Pines, and after some fights with what seemed to be normal combatants, although they were missing an arm, you head further in, and Icillius, a little trigger happy, shoots a pregnant lady. There's a large debate about the ethics of that. We continue to move forward, and there happened to be a rather large native person to this place. You guys have been using the word cultist. I've used the word cultist a few times, but we don't know for sure.
Said savages?
Yeah,
or something?
savages.
I
We
don't
can
know.
call them savages.
What did we call them?
I don't know.
Because you guys are on a quest of manifest destiny.
Oh no!
So the indigenous people to this Barrow, you came across a rather large one that happened to have a rather evil weapon of sorts. You managed to destroy it after an extremely hard fight. One in that Icillius lost his left, and which is his dominant hand in, to some of the Barrow people. They seem to cut it off and brought it over to a lift in the center of the room and dropped it down, and then you ended up dispatching of all of them. Afterwards, you were extremely tapped on both spell resources and hit points. Injuries abound. You managed to call the Hartnell into this place, which is pretty lucky, considering you're not familiar at all with this place. So you did a good job. And so you decided to take a long rest, an 8-hour long rest within here, and you've yet to open the doors, but...
I hope nobody tried to
Yeah.
open the barrel that we disguised ourselves as.
now you're here. And you did disguise it as a barrel, that's correct.
I don't know if I should bring protection from evil and good today. Because something up there is not right.
So, what would you like to
Can't
do?
bring cure wounds. Well, can we fashion something to help this hand situation?
I mean, what do you
expect?
You guys are inventors.
But it's like his entire left hand. And that's the hand that's the trigger finger hand,
Yeah.
or the hand you use to steady.
No, that's his trigger finger hand.
That's
It's a
more
shitty
finesse than just, like, it'd be one thing if it was just, like, you know what I mean? And he just needed a thing to hold it. But it's like this, I don't know.
Can you shoot with your other hand, maybe?
I can, but I have to reload my pistol between every shot, so it's kind of slow.
For the record, mechanically speaking, it's with disadvantage and without proficiency. So he's still very good at shooting this. It's just, pun not intended, hit or miss as far as the efficacy of it, and with disadvantage he's likely to jam it more likely.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's...
Stuff like that. In the middle of this conversation, Anson, who does have one prosthetic arm,
Yeah.
and you know, guys have been spending about 8 hours together roughly. He doesn't actually have to sleep. He just has to sort of rest up. He's kind of like an elf in that way, but of course he is not. He does. You see him tinker with his. Specifically, there's like a panel here. It doesn't look fleshy or anything. It's not like prosthetic like that. It's always silver and metal. There's a panel right here that he kind of like in Terminator.
Yeah.
When you see the moving parts, it's kind of like that, except not grody. And you see him often tightening things. It doesn't seem like this is even a perfect one-to-one, but he's managed to deal with it. But he doesn't shoot a bow. And he doesn't shoot, like, he has a crossbow on his arm, but he doesn't use his fingers to articulate it. He has a sword, he has a wrist crossbow. So, through conversations with him, you get the idea that there's probably something you could get for that.
But it'd be complicated.
But, like, we can't do it now.
Right.
And he has not disclosed to you where he got this from, but...
Can I ask him where he got? I'd like to
you
ask
could
him.
try. How are you going to ask him?
I'll kind of point at Icillius and be like, and then at his arm and be like, I don't mean to pry, but I really don't know who to ask about this. Our friend needs a new arm once we're done with this. Where did you get yours?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
23.
Okay. He sort of stops with the screwdriver for a second and sort of puts it back and closes the panel up. And you can see him sort of flex his fingers. And you ever seen someone kind of do that? It's the only finger I can do it with.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that when it...
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the only one I can do it with.
That's...
It kind of looks like that when it starts out, and then it slowly over time as he flexes it.
Yeah.
There seems to be like a lubrication process, almost like priming an engine, and then it sort of moves almost lifelike. It's pretty close, and kind of looks for a second, and he moves his sort of white-tipped black hair, rubs his scruff a little bit. The elves have people that do this.
Okay.
It's not free though, and it's often the price is not money because they have plenty of it. So if you're willing to do things that might be morally gray for them, sometimes they'll do. Sometimes the price isn't that high. Sometimes it is. Other than that, I've seen spells that can take care of that.
Yeah.
But you usually need the other half. Or if you don't need the other half, it is much higher.
We did grab the other. We grabbed your hand, right?
He said don't worry about it, and he left it.
Oh,
It's
no.
hanging on a hook or something, wasn't it?
It's not on a hook. It was almost to. There's this center lift that had a chain in the middle and then ropes on the outside.
Oh, he
It
was
circular
grabbing it and just
platform
running.
that 8 hours ago hadn't been pulled up or down.
Yeah.
So
All right, when we go out, I'm gonna check and see if it's still
Oh,
there.
God.
Although it's probably.
you also left all
Rotting.
the bodies out there.
Oh yeah, shit. We could have dragged him into the Hartnell, so if people had shown up, they
Oh,
wouldn't
that'll
have
be nice.
That would've been a
Just
good idea.
Dead bodies in the Hartnell.
We could have done something with them. I don't know what, but at the very least, it would have been less. I don't know if anyone comes across this, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Dead.
I mean, if anyone comes to the entrance, regardless, they're gonna see dead bodies.
You're
in the
right.
entrance,
Yeah.
You're right.
Like-
But they could be coming from deeper in, maybe. We haven't been deeper in yet. Anyway.
At this point, I mean,
Anyway.
So, what do you want to do?
You guys. I'm correct in that I can check directly, like, outside of the door via the, like,
Yep.
screen, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I'd like
you have it doesn't have dark vision unless you turn the lights on.
Okay.
So whatever amount of light you can see in 30 feet or 60 in daylight.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that before we head out.
Okay. You can see about 30 feet, and you can't see where you were. Go ahead and roll perception. Because you were up on that platform. If you remember, there was a raised platform on your guys' side of the table.
12.
Okay. You can. It looks calm. There's some firelight flickering nearby you, which was a torch, roughly, but it's pretty low, which means either no one's tended to it, or if they did, it's running low again.
Okay.
And you don't see any bodies, but it's not. It's kind of a little bit out of your range.
Sure.
Because you're upraised on about 8 feet worth of dirt, and then you had to move out and down. So.
Okay. All right. I don't see anyone. We might be okay. I still think we should go out a little bit stealthily, just in case. But
Yeah, we tried that last time and it didn't work out, but we could try it again for
yeah,
sure.
But now I have pass. We didn't have pass then.
True, but also,
But also,
I'm worried about. I'm just worried about this. I don't think it's gonna work, but we can try.
but why?
Let me.
What is the reasoning?
Because I'm terrible at stealth, as we have
Well,
seen.
you get a free flat 10.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean. I think we walked in with pass, and I still
at a certain point, we didn't have it anymore.
fell over.
I know that. Because he used all of his for the day.
Yeah, but I think right when we walked in, we had it, and I rolled like a 15.
Maybe.
So.
I could always scout by myself. Cast invisibility, then pass without a trace, and then...
Either way, it burns a pass without a pass, so it doesn't.
Right.
And if you run into people, we're gonna have to deal with them anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters. I think it'd be fine for all of us to go out together with True. I mean, you can if you want. If you're that worried about your...
I'm not that worried, but...
You're pretty stealthy. I can back you up. I can be at the door, and so I can see. Do you have anything that lets you see in the dark?
Me? No.
I gave it to him.
Icillius has it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go.
You can have him back if you need him.
He could. I mean, you can scout too. It's just,
I mean,
shooting is pretty loud as it is. So
we can see in the dark.
just because you can't shoot doesn't mean you can't be stealthy, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
You also had that sword. You poked a lot of holes in that one guy. So I mean, you're not totally useless.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the rapier a lot, I think.
I mean, if you want to, you can, tactically speaking, if the two of us just stay close, we should be fine. In fights, is what I'm saying.
Oh, sure.
Okay. But if you want to scout it, are you are you stealthy? Are you quiet?
Not as good as Avelios, but I'm okay.
I have in-game speak, whatever plus 8 is.
Super sneaky.
What's Avelios's?
9.
Yeah.
You should go with there's low light out there, or you could just borrow his goggles, which I don't think are attunement.
They are not attunement.
I could always just take mine off for a second, put those ones on, and then go check.
So you just want to do the night vision goggles real quick?
that's
It's 60 feet of dark vision, right?
Yeah.
And it would double it if you had.
Yeah,
dark
it doubles
vision.
with dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, if you want to. Is that okay? Icillius?
Yeah. Yeah, I already offered him.
Okay.
Cool. So I'll take mine off, put those ones on.
All right.
If you see any more pregnant women, don't attack them.
All right.
I don't have
It's
an
starting to
itchy
become a
trigger
joke,
fingers.
guys.
You know. I can.
It's not a
Frankly,
joke.
I'm becoming desensitized to the idea. So,
I could control myself.
I was talking to him.
I'm going.
Oh, I thought you two were
No.
both.
no. They're swapping goggles. Well,
Oh,
not
oh.
necessarily. He's just borrowing Icillius' night
Yeah.
vision goggles so he can see.
Would it be beneficial if I went invisible?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I could also make. I could cast invisibility as well. It just requires.
Yeah, but
I
he can
think
do it at will.
he can do it at
Yeah, I can
will.
do it
Yeah,
without
but
nothing.
I mean, if we decide that we want to go in invisible, I can make at least 2 of us invisible.
Well, then we
so
have 3 of us invisible.
I'd rather not waste the
Exactly.
spell slots on
Yeah.
invisibility, knowing we're gonna have to deal with something deeper in, probably. So.
Okay. So I should probably cast pass then. I assume it lasts
Sure.
for an hour, and I can still get all of us regardless.
Okay.
yeah,
sure.
as long as you get all of
Go
us now.
Yeah.
We don't have to stay, right? Within 30 feet?
No,
Otherwise,
you don't
can,
have to. It's just a
Technically,
cast.
once you exit the cardinal, no matter how far away, it would be longer than 30 feet based
Yeah.
on how the interior of the cardinal works.
You don't have to stay within range. It's just when you cast
Yeah, it's
it.
just when I cast it.
That's fine.
Okay. So we're gonna cast that first, and then use invisibility. It doesn't matter because only one's concentration.
Right.
And
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. 11.
11? Okay, that's enough. You hadn't noticed this before, but as you cast invisibility, the ring gets just a little bit tighter.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck!
Wow.
Like, it's just...
Really fucking with cursed
It's kind of like
items
when
here.
you have a Band-Aid or something, you kind of like retighten it. It's
Yeah.
not like uncomfortable.
It's just
And you can't
noticeable.
feel your heartbeat. Like, it's not pulsing,
Mhm.
but it's a little tighter.
Mm,
I hate cursed items.
yeah.
I'm really glad I'm not the one who took
First,
it.
I lose 2 constitution points. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk out.
Go ahead and roll me stealth. Apply the things.
1,000,000. It's 34.
Okay, I do have to know the number for
Yeah,
stealth, but
it's
yeah,
34.
1,000,000 is good too. Okay, so you pop the door open, the cardinal. You sort of walk forward, and you're kind of walking out of a barrel, but from your
Yeah.
perspective, it's a door that's just shorter on the outside, which is fine.
Mhm.
That's a thing. Bigger on the inside, shorter on the outside. Who cares, right? At this point, you've seen it all. Mostly, it's illusory anyway. It's basically just it's like disguised self. But so if you pass your hand through it, you touch the actual size of it. But you walk out. Go and roll me a perception check.
15.
15. Okay. So you begin because you're up on this about 8-foot platform, and you kind of walk over to the edge, and you kind of look out, and you hear. And you kind of looking around, and then just off the edge, and maybe 15 feet over, next to the dead body of the barbarian that you guys killed, but not at the body. It's turned around, and you see this white, almost gray fleshed back with the vertebrae sticking out a little bit. Not like puncturing the skin, but like emaciated to a degree that doesn't really make a lot of visual sense. And you see it picking up what looks to be a left hand. And from its black claws that seem to be almost dipped in ink, it looks at it really close. You can't really see its face. You can just hear. And then it goes like this, and you can hear the of a bag. And you can see behind it, because you're kind of looking from this side. You can see just the outline of like a leather. It's like a stitched leather bag of some sort, and the squish of moisture, and then you see it. There's a strap. And you see it tighten something, and you hear just real quick, and it turns for a second towards you, and you see a bone mask bound to its head, so it looks like the front of a skull, but it also has what looks like other kinds of bones, maybe a rib cage attached to the top, going like this, and you can see the reflection of, like when a cat kind of gets caught in light, and you can see the reflection in the back of their eyes. You can see that little sparkle of yellow, and you can also see that the mask is pulled tight around the back of its head with what looks like strips of putrid flesh. And then something extra odd, as you see its arms sort of go like this. And it moves its teeth, and it just starts to drool a little bit. And you can see under its right arm is another smaller arm. And
What the fuck?
it's carrying around a little small sack that sort of sounds like, as it shakes it. And it sort of walks away using both its arms and its long spindly legs to walk over, and then you hear the jingling of chains, and it starts to pull itself up this platform. And after a little bit, it gets to the top, and then it's lowered back down with nothing on it.
What?
Did I get like a
Fuck.
fiend or a fae or an undead ping from it?
Yeah, you did. You got an undead.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Great.
More undead shit. Great.
Well, at least we're good at killing those.
Are you telling the
I'm
Yeah, I'm
assuming
gonna
he's
go
gonna
back.
come
walking
back.
in and you're
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
them all
I
this?
was doing
Okay,
some
so he tells you all this information.
Oh, God. That kind of
That's
that
horrifying.
explains the bag of teeth.
That
was
explains
absolutely
the
horrifying.
limbs.
I know it explains that too, but I was very curious about the bag of teeth.
Apparently, for some reason, it's an undead that likes to collect the limbs of things in a bag.
That's pretty intelligent
If-
behavior for like
If
an
that's
undead.
even the main thing, though.
That's true.
What?
That could have been just like a little lackey or something like it.
Sure.
Not even mean like.
It might be collecting them for
Yeah.
something that is taking the note to at the top.
Yep.
That's maybe controlling it because that's
Which is-
fairly intelligent and
What?
organized behavior
Which is
compared to
even
the other undead
more
we've seen.
terrifying.
What would want limbs
Explain
like
it to
that?
me again.
Do
Go
so.
ahead and roll a history check
Me?
to explain it to him as much as you... With advantage, you just did.
Oh, that's really good.
Ooh.
23.
This is probably what I'm here for.
Have you heard of anything like this before?
No. The way it moved... Was it using its
legs.
Legs.
And it had more than 2 arms.
Okay, I think I can climb on walls.
Yeah, that's probably
Well. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Is that just
Wait.
because you've heard something, or do you have something
Well,
specific in mind?
I think it was digging into the
Mm,
actual ground, and this place is covered in roots, and
okay.
so you could probably climb on the walls if you tried really hard, but he's got those long claws that you mentioned. I wouldn't be surprised if you can climb up there. Other than that, you said undead?
Yeah.
Almost never use necrotic on undead.
Yeah.
Almost never. Maybe
Yeah.
a shitty zombie or something, or a skeleton.
It's a good thing.
No,
I
it's
have
radiant from here on out.
I don't know if that'll help anymore, but
It's a safe bet anyways to use it
it can.
regardless.
I'm just saying.
There
I
are
don't know if it
undead that are intelligent like that.
will. Yeah,
The only ones we've ever run into were like controlled.
vampires.
Well, yeah.
I'm not saying this is a vampire. It doesn't sound like a vampire at all. I fought a lot of these. And he pulls out his sword again that you've seen several times. And he's like, this will do more now. And he sort of explains to you that fiend or undead, there's an enchantment on this that it'll light up. It'll give away our position. But so he's got to keep it sheathed if
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Sting for
Kind of.
undead.
Also, I want to tell them about the ring thing.
you're gonna tell them about the
Yeah.
ring tightened a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
you.
Is that significant?
We should get that off of you.
Yeah, I don't want it anymore. But
Do we want
there's a problem.
to use the
That's
wish?
the problem.
Oh God. What are the chances we're gonna? Okay.
Yeah.
What if using the wish makes it like stuck on him forever?
Or what if it does other things?
Wish is the strongest spell.
Yeah.
How many times have you used invisibility?
Quite a lot.
A lot.
A couple times.
Okay. Alright.
But that's not all it does.
Could I maybe scan it to see if that makes sense and see if like the power level of the spell correlates to like?
You could, sure,
Okay.
Arcana check with.
I could
On
try
with
to
your wand.
remove it from you, but if we do, we know that everything's lost.
Yeah.
So
Professor pulls his wand out and a little. Brrrr. Oh, you have it, by the
I
way.
have it. 19.
Okay. So, with that, if you were gonna make a cursed item, that makes sense. It's not surprising, I guess, if you put it in those terms. What are the other spells it has on it?
Detect magic,
Right, you've used
haste,
that.
and fly.
You've used that, and you've used that.
I've used all of it except
Yeah.
the wish.
Yep. So, they're all pretty low level except for the wish.
Yeah, it's first, second, and third.
I'm scared what will happen if we use that wish.
I mean, best case, maybe he'll just lose a finger. I know that sounds bad, but hear me out.
No, I agree. That is the best case.
Right.
What
it
if
could
he
be worse, though.
dies? What if the price for the wish is him?
It didn't say that when we
It
got
said
it,
it
though.
was
It
gonna
also didn't
suck
tell
his
me that it would
vitality.
get tighter every time I used a spell either.
Yeah.
No,
It said that it would sap his vitality every
Every
year.
but that's very different than. Oh, God.
We don't know if there's further clauses to that. Like if him using it will make it sap his vitality.
Well, we have a
even
decision
more.
that we have to make, but not right now.
Yeah, for now, let's just try and not use the ring for anything, unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Okay,
Shit.
well, let's go.
I'm gonna switch my goggles back to the perception ones, by the way.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
guys can see.
Yep.
Okay. When you were out there, you noticed you got about 40 feet of vision, so it is low light enough to add to that. So, and like you fought in it last night. I mean, it's or yesterday morning. You don't really know at this point. You do. It's morning now. early morning. It's about 5 a.m. So, like you can function in it. Just depends on how far away things are, because
Yeah.
you don't know how bright it is above that lift. There is light coming from it, but not like super bright.
Alright, let's try to sneak out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't notice people patrolling this area.
Yeah. All I noticed was that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So are we all being sneaky and stealthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Plus 10, right?
Yep. Oh, wow, that's not that good at all.
Nope.
25.
24.
19.
30.
31.
All right.
I mean, the lowest is 19. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
I tripped us up with a 15 last time, so.
We'll do it again.
I have nothing to add. The dice. That's it. The
Get
dice
new
is
dice.
Okay. So you head out into the space that you were that you had to fight with many members of this Barrow last night, and you're out there. What do you want to do? You seem to, without any problem, it seems this whole place is pretty calm. You can see pretty easily to the other side after a few steps.
The only way up was that thing, right? There weren't stairs.
So are there stairs? Do we see stairs anywhere or anything?
Just
Oh
a lift.
god, we're gonna have to
Is
make
the
a bunch of
hand gone?
noise.
Did the thing take the...
Roll investigation.
I think I saw it take the hand.
Yeah, you
So I
did.
take a hand for
You
sure.
saw it
Right,
take a
that's
left
why I
hand.
was
You
checking
don't know
to
if
make
it's
sure
that
it's-
hand, but
Check it. It probably is. But, what were you having me roll? Investigation?
correct.
24.
Yeah, no, it was probably that.
Damn it. Okay.
Well,
We really should have grabbed that hand last night.
I mean... We're gonna have to make a bunch of noise going up that lift. It's the only way up.
I mean, okay.
We could try to be quiet.
The only way I could think to try to be quiet is if we, like, cast fly on all of us and float it up there via the fly spell,
Yeah.
but that's...
That's so many spell slots.
That's so many spell slots. I don't think it's worth it.
I can walk up there.
You could just walk up there?
Walk.
Yeah.
Can you walk on ceilings or walls or something?
No.
Okay.
There's not enough room for wings, is there, to fly up?
There should be.
Does someone want to go up there and check and see if there's a way to... Because, I mean, other people must have been getting up there somehow other than just...
Do you want to take a look?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to?
We both should, just
Maybe
in case. Maybe two
just
people
you
should go.
first. Maybe we should let him go first, so you don't have to use the ring, and
Well,
he
he's
could be
got
sneaky.
wings.
I know, but wings make noise.
Not that much. Depends on your stealth roll.
Okay.
Yeah, we should both go look, just in case.
Okay. He can, at will, cast Spider Climb, so
Okay.
part of his racial bonus. So he's going to walk up that wall and just wait for you.
Okay.
Basically walks up the wall and hangs off it with one arm, just waiting.
I'm gonna go check.
Alright, go ahead and roll stealth for both of us. Alright, hold on.
Oh, that's really high.
29,
36.
36. You're able to control your lift pretty well. It helps that it's pretty hot in here, and the air's pretty dense, so you're able to get a little bit more lift than usual. Once you get up there, there are like plenty of roots and stuff that you can grab onto, so you grab onto them with your feet in one hand. You can kind of pull yourself up a little bit. Do you want to do that?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll a perception check. It's not very dark up here. The first thing you notice when you get up there is...
While they're doing that.
You sure you want that on because he's kind of...
it's not as dark
Less
as it is
defense
down here.
than normal.
Sure.
And you're about
Okay.
25 feet up from the floor.
Give you death ward.
Is that a touch spell?
It might be.
Or are you giving it to
Give it
him?
to Icillius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, I'll cast
Okay,
it.
sounds good. So, you lift yourself up just a little bit and kind of peek in. And what was your perception?
19.
Okay, so it's hot up here as well, and a little bit more moist. You immediately smell decay. You are kind of in an enclosure a little bit. It seems like this is covered in a translucent-ish leather of some kind. You can't really tell. But it lets light in a little bit, like kind of through it. You can hear the sounds of several footsteps clopping through the muddy earth. And you also hear the sound of maybe whimpering? You can't quite make out any words, and it sounds like a human child at times, and then it also sounds more guttural than that. Like there's a pathetic, and not in a, like a scoffing sort of way, like a helplessness to it, but it's also got like a to it as well. It's a little weird. And that's what you can see from inside there.
Was that just in front of me, or was that like all around me? Like if there's stuff
All
behind me
around
and
you,
stuff
you
too?
can see little peaks
Yeah.
at the bottom where these leather curtains or something kind of spread out. And it's about a 5-foot circle, but you can only see really just ground from there,
Okay.
and not very far out.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna come down then.
Okay. Comes down with you. All right.
I
So,
heard footsteps, several sets, and some weird whimpering that was also guttural at times. It was weird. It sounded like a child, but then it didn't sound like a child.
Whimpering in pain or fear?
Would I have been able to sense that from hearing it or no?
Go and roll an insight check.
24.
24. Both
Both.
pain and fear, probably.
oh, good.
Also, it smelled like decay,
That makes
and it's
sense.
very moist up there.
That's unsurprising.
Oh, well,
In this context, moist is a lot worse of a word.
It's very dank up there.
Moist.
Very
moist.
dank.
Very dank. So what do you guys want to do?
I don't know.
We just gotta get up there, I guess, and try
Is
to-
there still just like a chain hanging there, or like?
It's a chain, and then on each corner, because it's circular, is a rope that seems to stabilize the.
I can just try to fly you up.
What is it like? Is it like a platform that you pull up like an elevator? Oh, okay, okay. I
Yeah,
understand.
it'll probably
The
make
way he
some
saw it, that chain
sound.
is stationary and tied to two ends, and the rope is on a ballast system of some sort. And as you pull up, it keeps the ropes taut so it doesn't tip, but the chain goes all the way through and is anchored to the floor.
Okay. You want to try and fly the non-flying people up to make less noise than if we chain?
Yeah.
You know, fuck with this thing.
I can
Yeah.
also cast fly.
I'm not.
It saves us time,
And,
and it's
also,
a lot safer.
But we just found out.
But it's a lot safer because she's only gonna be able to take. I can't take anybody. She can only take one person. That leaves one person down.
I could
and only
take one
at a
more
time.
person
You can take
at a
two
time.
people. You can take.
She
I
can do it
might
one
be
at a
able to
time.
lift two people.
I mean, with
I'm-
your 23 strength, you might be able to lift.
But she could do it one at a time if she had to.
yeah.
Yeah,
big
but
deal.
if we're getting attacked, if we get attacked
Well,
when we get up
you
We'll
were
there,
try to be
you were
quiet.
just standing
You
up
two
there.
go up
That's the-
there first. The
Yeah.
quietest people go up first, and then I'll fly up these two.
I could
Okay.
throw a rope. I
Or
have a
the-
rope.
I think the flying thing might be a better idea.
Could be, but
They cut the rope, then
the problem is being quiet while carrying people.
yeah. Also that.
Not that you can't carry the people.
That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
we all should just go up at once. We can't
Okay.
do.
I'm
do
gonna-
we want to try a rope then?
'Cause I can climb up there and fasten a rope just to hold it myself, and you can climb up. Icillius probably can't.
I could take Icillius.
Okay.
Functionally speaking, you'd have to roll stealth at disadvantage, though.
Yeah. That's fine. You guys all get up first, and then last I'll come up with Icillius because we'll be the noisiest. So
That makes sense.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's roll some more stealth checks for the three of us. You wait.
yeah. Grab my dice.
So
Even higher than last
22.
time. 38.
26.
Okay.
Grab my
So
dice.
let me move this key just so you can get a
Battle can.
38's pretty good, right?
Sense of what you're doing here. Let's see.
Oh god.
Let's do my imperfect circle. That's fine. Fuck it. Wait. We can do better. There it is. Pretty decent circle, chat.
Wow, this
Pretty decent.
This vertical chamber is very
The
perfectly
quality of
circular.
this
The
show.
quality is amazing.
There's also a the curtain is irregular, so that's good. You can see it's kind of held up by. It's almost like a teepee over top, but it comes up a little bit higher, and then maybe 7 feet up or so, it tapers into a point, and it's covered. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Initially, is
18.
okay. 18. You notice this pretty quickly. This leather is just human skin.
Oh, good.
Yum.
And so can all kind of make it up. There's not going to be enough space for 2 more people under here. But that's where you are for now. As you go and roll an acrobatics or athletics check just to climb the rope.
16.
Yeah, that's plenty. So you're able to climb the rope he lets out, and then he kind of puts it back into his pack. Everyone's being very quiet. We rolled really high. And now we can do 2 things. We can kill the dog, or we can...
What's worse, the dog or the pregnant lady?
Dog. You can climb up...
Does he need to be let out or something?
No.
No, he was out.
Alright.
You can try to climb the rope by Icillius, and you can let it back down, or you can fly up with him.
Do you want to try to climb it, or do you want me to
Climb a
just
rope
fly?
with
One hand? How would that even work?
Your feet?
Like one arm and
You'd
then
have to use
elbow?
your
Disadvantage.
You could use your knees, I guess. I don't know.
Fuck it, let's try it.
Okay, so he lets the rope
Oh,
back
God.
down.
I'm gonna be
Ballsy.
waiting underneath in case he falls.
Fuck me.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's a bad idea. I want to make it clear. I
Do
think
you want
this
to
is
yell
terrible.
25
Yeah, are you
feet
yelling?
down
No,
to the chamber?
I'm not gonna yell
Okay.
that. I'll say it into this. He can't hear me because he doesn't have the arm
Okay,
cameras.
that's
I
fine.
think this is a bad idea.
It's okay. Let him try. If not, I'll get him.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, am I rolling acrobatics?
Acrobatics or athletics with disadvantage.
11.
You get about halfway up and you are tired. Do you want to keep going?
Yes.
Okay, so disadvantage -5.
Oh god. Fuck. 9.
Okay, you get up just a little bit, and you're tuckered out, and you start slipping. Go ahead and roll me a dex save
Oh God.
Shit.
with disadvantage.
Can I try to catch him?
Depends on if he starts.
11.
11. Okay, you fall another 10 feet. You managed it.
Do I see all of this happening?
Yeah, we all see
I
it.
go, someone save this idiot.
You're about
Alright.
you're about 8 feet off the ground.
All right, I'm gonna fly up and grab him.
Okay, roll stealth with disadvantage. Your strength is fine. You can absolutely grab him. Are you letting her grab you?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 14.
Okay, that's your stealth roll.
Thanks for pass.
Okay.
You rolled been 4.
17 on the other dice.
Yikes.
Fucking.
All right, so you get up to the top, but there's not enough room for all of you. So what do you want to do?
I mean, can I see around me?
Scoot
Is there
over.
more room to just like scoot over a little bit without going too far away? Like, can I just move, or is it?
I mean, to be under this tarp and not push it open with 5 people under it is quite the task.
Okay. I guess before they do that, then can I try and like? Is
That
there?
was Discord on your computer.
Don't type into Discord, you piece of garbage. What's going on?
Can I maybe find like a seam or a hole in it that I can look through to see?
Do you want to roll perception? 13. Yeah, you can see out a little bit. It looks like you're looking at a wall that's not far from where you're at. Looks like on this side of it,
I guess I'll try and kind of
from where you're at, it looks like there's a wall right next to you.
right next to it.
Like
I
5
can't-
feet.
Can I move into that space 5 feet?
You can try.
I would like to try and do it stealthily.
Okay. Go roll stealth.
27.
27. Okay. So there is a wall that's roughly right here. And you step out into it. And then this curls around and goes that way. And this curls around and goes that way. And you don't really know where that ends, but you look to your left and right, and you see a wall over here. This isn't very dark, is it? Is this darker? Yeah. See a wall about right to there. And you see a wall about here. You're sort of pressed up against this.
Sure.
Okay.
There a flat wall?
And so you can get Icillius up in that space if you want. Icillius, go and roll stealth.
27.
Okay. So Icillius is up here. And Alenia's, well, you're still kind of below this area. And there's a chain in the middle that you can kind of hold on to kind of stabilize yourself.
Maybe.
You gotta get one more person out of here.
Yeah.
I'll slide out.
Okay. Just right there?
Yeah.
Just.
Yep.
Okay. Go and roll me stealth.
He walks out and runs directly into somebody.
20.
20. Okay. So you walk out here.
That's surprising with pass.
I don't want to talk about it.
He rolled very low.
And
I rolled the
you can
worst
see
possible
the chamber
And you still got 20.
Yeah.
What? That's pretty
goes
good.
like this, and then there is a
Just pop out. And
small area here that has more curtains.
Oh
Are
god.
they human flesh curtains?
Flesh curtains.
Flesh curtain.
You guys are fucking gross.
And then you can see that this
That's pretty
comes
good.
over this way. And you do see off to the side over here two people not looking at you. Working on something in that area, but you can't see past them.
I'm gonna walk back
Adding to
around
their
by the
curtains,
professor.
probably.
Okay, and you walk back around by the professor and you give him an update on the scenario.
I'm up there now. Under
Are
the
you up there?
curtain.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me another stealth check.
Oh god.
Hey.
13?
13, lower than 14.
We
Yeah.
need to put some sage on your dice or something.
Oh god.
And then you hear, and you can kind of see the one closest turns. Then he grunts something to the other one very low. And they start
When you're
walking.
constantly ruining
I
stuff.
whisper into my thing that
Should we just jump out? We don't have a choice.
Okay, this is technically a round. What do you want to do for 6 seconds?
Why don't we all just jump out?
yeah, we should
Get
jump
'em.
out. and
Why do we even
then-
have to shoot? Most of us can shoot, I assume, through thin skin
Are you
leather.
saying this loudly?
No,
No,
I
whisper.
can't. You're right, I can't.
We have our things.
I'm
I
jumping
know,
out.
but he's like, yeah, we could just shoot loudly.
Well, I don't want to whisper. That way the people can hear us. Like it's,
I get you.
Jump out. I'm gonna pop out.
I'm gonna,
Okay,
It's not a surprise party!
I'm gonna pop two
Well,
shots
no,
on the close one.
If I pop out
Go ahead,
and then
you pop-
charge at them and
You
attack,
pop out.
Do I have time to
they
hunter's
won't
mark?
know.
And then put two
I
shots.
don't know.
It might be
We'll see
a
when we roll
surprise
initiative.
round.
I didn't know if I would get
Not
a
if
surprise
you
round.
jumped out.
She jumped out.
That's
for all of us.
That's the surprise round. That they are surprised.
Where'd she come from? Well, no, there's obviously more of them.
They don't know that. It could be just me. Hey, they'll be distracted.
Whatever.
I got a
Okay.
triple face palm.
Okay, so
Mine's still going.
let's all roll some initiative.
I thought I could charge at them faster than
You-
What
that.
has that ever?
They were already kind of alerted to your presence based on the sound.
I'm gonna go with none
So
of
they're
them
gonna
are
get-
beating my initiative.
They're gonna get a little bit of a bonus.
No,
So we'll
good
see
deal.
what
I still don't
happens.
think I'll beat it.
But yeah, and I'd rolled the shittiest initiative
Yeah, it makes
possible.
sense. Yeah, we need to stage it.
Okay.
Look, every time we come up with a plan, it never works anyway.
Well, this is-
so.
Even when we don't have a plan, it obviously doesn't work.
It's not a great argument. Not a great one. Okay. Wow, really? Okay.
We have very mellow drum beats today. Yeah, just Leroy Jenkins did.
Alright, this is not the song I wanted. Sure. I like that one. Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's
Leroy!
do this. 25 to 20.
24.
24?
21.
21.
Wow. Anson got 21.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Okay, so.
We did surprise them more than we thought.
Except for me.
Would you get like a 4? Worse?
No. It's better
Okay.
than 4.
The fact that you said nothing just made me assume it was worse than 4.
I was waiting
5.
for him. No.
Oh,
Okay, what was yours?
8.
What's your dex mod?
0.
Alright.
Dump Dex.
Okay.
It's the best dump stat ever.
Okay, did I forget anybody? Boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. We're good. Okay. So, first off is Ivalios. What would you like to do
Well, I
here,
guess
sir?
makes more sense to imbue my bow with radiant damage.
Okay.
Um,
Immediately, Elenia, by the way, behind that curtain, you smell evil.
and then I'm gonna pop 2 shots into the closest guy.
I'm gonna give it a good whiff after this.
Okay. So this guy right here is Hunter's
What?
Mark.
I could tell exactly
Nope,
what
not
it
Hunter's
is if
Mark.
I really...
Not Hunter's Mark?
I didn't use
Smell
Hunter's
it.
Mark.
Oh,
I
okay, you used
imbued.
imbue.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's a
Paladin
22 to
knows.
hit for the first shot.
22 hits.
And the second one is a natural 1.
Whoops!
That's fine. Getting out of the way. Second one
Mm,
is a 2.
well,
Okay. That's actually a confirmation for the first time in quite a bit.
getting it out the way, huh?
Yeah, getting out of the way now.
So,
Bowstring pops.
That's a mithril bowstring.
That's true.
yeah, it doesn't have a bowstring. All right. So, the first one you definitely hit, and the second one, you go to shoot, and there is some root activity near your feet, and you kind of take a step to move, and you don't, and you fall.
That's
And
valid.
so you are prone.
Do you want me to roll damage though?
Yes. Not Colossus Slayer, obviously.
Yeah. 11, 18 actually.
18. Not too shabby. Okay.
Do you get imbue damage?
Yeah, that was my imbue damage to the 6.
Did you Hunter's Mark? You didn't Hunter's Mark because you had to imbue.
Imbue is better than Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so
But
you shoot an arrow into that guy, and radiant energy bursts from the wound immediately, and he kind of goes, "Oh!" And he says some words that you don't understand. It is Anson's turn. He is going to cast Armor of Agathis on himself. He was saving it for a while. And that's from his studded leather. You see him pop a rune on his chest, saying called magic words, and it starts to glow, and he gets a nice frosty magical sheen on his armor. And he is going to take a step out, and he's going to run up to this guy and make 2 attacks. The first one definitely hits. What's the second one? Oh, the second one definitely hits. Nice. Okay. So he does. It's 9 plus 12. 21. Okay, so he does 21 damage to that guy. Let's take this. Oops, that's not right. There we go. Okay, so he slashes twice at this guy, and you can see his sword is bright, but it doesn't seem to be doing any extra damage to this guy necessarily. Next up is Icillius.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward, so I'm right in front of that guy with Anson,
Okay.
but on the opposite side of that curtain as him.
You want to move on this side of the curtain, so you were inside of it?
No, so that Anson is between me and the curtain.
I see. I got you. Okay, you are there.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna make my 3 rapier attacks on that guy.
All right, go ahead. So stowing Julia and pulling out his rapier, using his right hand.
First one's a nat 20.
Hey! All right, so you crit.
Okay. So that is 19 damage.
Let's do this one. Okay, 19. That's with your crit damage as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Second one is a 19 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage on that one.
last time I saw was on, he lost her hand.
8 more.
8 more damage, all right. Pretty close. You
no.
stab him
Double
twice. One
PTSD.
time you definitely stab him through the liver. The next time you
Hey.
stab a little bit higher, seems to have hit some rib, but he's not looking great.
And last one is 27.
That'll hit. With
And that is a full 13 damage.
13 damage. With a little bit of a rage attached to this. Icillius, freshly disfigured a little bit, dishanded,
Disarmed.
takes his not disarmed, takes his rapier out and unleashes some frustration on this cultist, stabbing him once very hard into the liver, twice in the chest, the last one seeming to go through the ribs and into the heart. He pulls out and a little squirt of some clear liquid and then blood. As he seems to have popped the pericardial sac. And, yeah, so yeah, that guy died horribly very quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy got just messed up.
It's
You got
alright.
got.
He wasn't pregnant, so we're okay with
That's
it.
true, he was not pregnant. So,
I hate you.
Count it.
next up is Professor.
Alright, I'm just gonna try and hit this guy with a laser blast. If I gotta move closer, move me closer. I'm not sure.
Conventional wisdom says don't shoot over top of a friend.
Yeah, move me
So
over.
you can move past Avelios and kind of over to here.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's
Where you would be? Okay.
11.
Okay. By the way, just over here was a barrel they seem to be rooting around inside. 11
Yeah.
does not hit.
Okay. That's it.
Anything with bonus action?
No.
Okay. So you take out your wand and make one laser beam shot. Doesn't seem to hit as it goes past and hits the soggy wall behind him. After that, you guys hear quite the sound
Oh.
as you hear several mouths at once, several things all together at one time kind of scream in a deep and scraggly but about, I don't know, you can't really tell, but it's definitely more than two.
Fuck.
Yeah, no thanks.
And okay, yeah. And then you see out from behind this
Oh, God.
meat curtain a horrid
Stop.
green-skinned troll unlike any you've seen before. It has 3 heads on its shoulders, each snapping its sharp-toothed jaws toward Alenia, Anson, and Icillius. On its frame, it also carries 5 arms, one of which is attached at the forearm of its normally placed appendage, and another attached to its back, curling around toward you, Alenia, as it's almost like a scorpion tail.
As long as this one doesn't have blade strong, you're fine.
On its stomach are 2 more sets of gnashing teeth, and claw-like fingers grab at you from its thigh. It's pretty Frankensteinian. It seems not only stitched together, but healed in that way. Not all of those limbs that it has are troll-like.
Oh,
I think
God.
I found out where the limbs are going.
Well, yeah.
You're about
So,
to feel where
Oh,
they're
this
going,
must
too.
be some sort of fucked up
I
experiment.
need Alenia, Icillius, and Anson to make dex saves. Anson fails.
I think that's what I think it is.
Oh wait, I can use strength, right?
I'm gonna use it. And I'm gonna
Yeah, no.
It's not an 8.
It doesn't matter. It's any.
No, yeah, you could. Yeah.
So it's
19.
17.
19, 17, Anson fails. You see the troll start spinning and gnashing with all of its arms.
Fuck, I'm gonna put 8 on us.
All 3 of you.
Shit. I thought we had long rest.
Don't have any aid either.
I forgot to put 8.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
All 3.
Guys, remind me to do that before we go places.
I would have, but I thought we had it on us because I forgot. I mean, obviously I knew we took a long rest, but I wasn't thinking about it because I forgot to erase it.
You guys
Yeah.
are fired. All 3 of you.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's not bad. Everyone but Icillius takes 39 slashing damage.
Oh.
Yeah. Icillius takes half of that. Half of 38 is
19.
19. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna hellish rebuke that.
Okay, it's just a. He fails.
Takes 11 fire damage.
Okay. There it is. 11 fire damage. Okay. That's his health. And when you do that, you hear Anson go, "Yeah, burn it!" Okay. Oh, and also it takes 15 damage from Anson, his cold damage, as his Armor of Agathis activates. So that is this many hit points. Okay, he takes 39. 39 minus 15, 24. Okay, so he's got 24 damage. Okay.
Oh, is that just a Was that not magical blood?
It seems to be magical,
Okay,
which is surprising
great.
considering it's a troll. Okay, so after that, you hear a familiar sound.
It's the thing.
As you hear,
Oh God.
and you see out from behind the curtain, again, has gray flesh, black claws that drip blood, bone mask bound to its head with strips of putrid flesh, and again a third arm from its right side that comes around, and it seems to be clutching a large sack stained with blood made from the same material as the drapes around here. And then out of the sack you can see a grayed, blood-stained skin of a severed human hand.
Rip.
And he's going to come out over here and walk around behind Alenia.
Oh, Jesus.
And he is going to... he's just going to make 3 claw attacks as he takes his large, long, black, inky claws and he swings at you. Okay. Your AC is 21?
23.
23? He hits once. He hits one time. Not too shabby. Doing 16 magical slashing damage as he rakes it across your back, and he seems to bypass some of the effect of your magical armor. And then I need everyone, every single one of you, as you sort of turn and notice this horrifying visage, I need everyone to make a wisdom save.
Hey.
Anson save.
I should just.
I'm gonna use a luck.
14.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
I should just
21.
never
13.
roll wisdom saves ever.
I brought heroism today, guys, so...
8.
Okay.
Oh, even with the low
So
point?
anyone,
Yeah, the first one was 6.
anyone that got under 15 is
I
frightened.
fucking missed it by 1.
Yep.
Hold on, guys.
Anson saved. Seems to be
Heroism.
not terrible.
Only you were a
Not
real
terribly
paladin and had an aura.
affected.
Wow.
What does Frighten do again?
You have to spend
Not
time
this
running
one.
away.
Not
And
this one.
you
This
can't
one.
willingly move closer. Waste your action. It might be good
Does
that I
anyone have
go
a question?
last, guys.
I was
No.
asking what Fear did. She said.
Oh yeah, makes you go in the opposite direction as fast as you can, and at the end of your turn you can resave. Also, let me... Okay.
20-foot radius.
Alright. And it does have a duration on it, but you don't know it. So, next up is that guy, as well as his other friends.
Oh my god.
These guys come out over here. This guy is going to attack either Icillius
I'm
or...
gonna work on the little guys.
Okay, he's going to attack Anson.
gonna
And he
attack,
misses with
but-
his harpoon. The other two are going to... Let's see if they have enough effect. They're going to... No, they don't have enough. They're going to just sprint over here.
We're already in a bad fucking
I'm gonna
spot.
sprint
you
over here.
guys.
But they're going to use reactions to try to dismember Avelios.
Shit.
Aren't you feared now too? Oh no.
Which is fine because it doesn't prevent you from making saves. And you have to go in the opposite direction of him. So I need dex saves from you.
You can do it.
28.
That'll do it.
22.
He's kicking and screaming.
Yeah, both of those will do it. Let's see. So as Icillius kind of lays on the ground and is like, "Ah, fuck!" You see them try to take your right hand, and so one of them grabs your right hand and just starts trying to do this. The other one grabs your arm, the same arm, but up higher. So they both tried to get your right side. Didn't seem to work though, as you were able to squirm away. Next up is oh yeah.
Oh, I don't like
I
that.
didn't know.
I don't
Oh
like the sound
god,
of
why
that.
do you keep pulling out more?
Why are there more
I
things?
hate it.
Next
Oh,
up
God.
is
Fuck!
you see
Fuck.
two. Just okay. Do I have a thing for them? No, they are. You see
bad.
two humans who seem to have
It's time for fireballs.
gotten elective surgery of sorts.
It's human
They
centipede.
are cut up quite a bit. Their faces are. It's almost like they've had strips of skin torn off their faces and put back on. Go ahead and Alenia, go ahead and roll a perception check because they're kind of next to you.
I'm a little preoccupied with a 6.
Yeah, a little preoccupied. You do notice something weird about one of their hands, but you can't quite tell. And their noses are cut off almost to look. It's almost pig-like at first glance, but it's not. It's not a pig. It's disgusting. So, yeah. And those get this many. Okay. And you can see them. They come over here. And one's going to make an attack with his harpoon on Anson. And hits. Okay, so he does this many damage. He takes 6 damage.
It's not, there's no way.
And well, he needs to make a save.
But I got that feeling.
Yeah, he's pulled to the ground right in front of this
Because of
one,
that.
who with advantage is now going to attack with his rusty saw.
It's okay, he's first before the rest of them when we get into it.
He hits, and then he hits again.
I'm like last, so.
He's got double critted.
Wow, maximum damage. 22 slashing damage. Down
Goodbye, friends.
to, and then he has to make 2 Constitution
I don't even
saves.
have a
That's
why.
it's just not worth it. We need to do damage control.
He succeeds on 1 Constitution save and fails the other. He is poisoned.
We're outnumbered.
He is poisoned.
Who's taking hits?
So, next up is Alenia. You get a
Okay.
turn.
Alright. Well, first we're gonna, cast Aid at 5th level on
Seems a little late. That's fine.
myself. I totally forgot to do this before the fight, but it helps because it heals us. So, 20 hit points to Professor, me, and Velios.
Okay.
Because we have the lowest.
And
Sounds
I'm
good.
in that scary situation.
Yeah. And your max goes up by that too. Okay, then I'm gonna. Can I try to get? How many can I get within a 15-foot cone of all the baddies next to me, without hitting my friends?
You can get either the troll and the 2 weird-looking ones, or the troll, the bony guy, and the closest weird-looking one this way.
We'll do troll, bony guy, and one
Okay.
dude. We're gonna cast Burning Hands
Burning hands.
because I
Dex
can
save, right?
do that at will. Yes.
Okay. So.
Let me look up.
Okay, the troll fails, and then the other 2 succeed.
Okay, so it's 3d6 and half. Yeah, half if they succeeded. So. Oh. 9 fire damage and half that if they succeeded.
9 fire damage. Okay.
Oh, and that's gonna be a quicken spell. I'm gonna have to burn a sorcery point for that.
Sounds
Didn't
good.
say it.
9, so 4.
Even though technically I can cast that at will, I can use my sorcery points with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it was
You
a
can use sorcery points with
granted.
anything that you can cast.
Okay. Because it doesn't use spell slots, but
No, it doesn't have to.
so quicken.
You could
You can quicken spell.
except for an item.
Okay.
It's innate for you to know that. So like racial abilities are fine.
Yeah.
To quicken that with, but not something that activates like, you know, the relic or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then you hit the other one. Okay, he took 4 as well. Okay.
And
All fire damage. You hold your hands out almost to make a triangle and burning hands. That's only your bonus action though, because you quickened it.
yeah, those bonus action was aid, so.
So you got movement if you want
Yeah,
to use it, or you
but
can just stand pat.
He'll get attack of opportunity, bony guy, if I walk this way, right? So.
Yeah, the troll would too. You use a reaction.
Okay, I'll just stand there.
Okay, so you stand there, shield at the ready, Solarion in hand, just in case. All right, top of the round, Ivelios. Anson's after that, then Icillius.
Alright, if I remember, are these like the same guys we fought earlier? Like they have the same like weapons and everything?
The only ones that look different
are the two behind the troll guy.
Yes.
So then I would know that those two guys have 10-foot reach for their range.
Correct.
So I'm gonna get up,
Okay.
walk 5 feet, so I'm still within their range.
They do have 2. You would also know they have the slashing attack, which is 5 feet, which would proc.
Even if I'm still in range of their other weapons, I would
Yeah.
still get it. That doesn't
It would
make
be
sense.
based on their minimum attack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Plus the one has his. I mean, they both have their saws out already right now,
Right.
as is.
If they're just, but they can only attack me with their saws for opportunity attack, correct? Because I'm still.
Yeah, they don't get ranged attack opportunities anymore.
Okay, that's fine. Then yeah, I'm gonna move out of their range.
Because they already used. Actually, they both used their reaction to try to cut your shit off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a reaction.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna move as much as I
They've
can.
been. They're not tactically
Okay.
doing like they seem to be using all their effort to take your shit.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can
move
just
as
get up
much
and
as I
move.
can this way.
This
can
way?
I fly that though?
Directly this way,
Yeah.
or in the corner.
Like as far away as I can
You
get.
can get to right here. You can get anywhere in here because
Okay.
your flying speed.
Move me to the corner a little bit, like right in the middle,
Right there.
and then 2 toward. Go that way. Yeah, right there.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Um,
easily be there.
Yeah. And then the guy that's right next to Anson, the cultist dude.
Yeah, the one that was just swiped at him twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one that's not the mini, the one that's the cardboard.
Okay. Yeah.
That
That
guy.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark him and then put 2 shots into him.
All right. So this guy right here.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make 2 shots.
26
26 will hit.
and 29.
Yeah, not terribly hard to hit.
And they're not. He's not damaged yet, correct?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. But he will be. So.
Everybody else in this area is damaged. None of these 3 normal guys are.
That is 2 max damage dice and 1 that's on those.
Hey.
So 14, 19, 26.
26. Okay.
for
What's
the
your next
first
one?
And the second one is even. Actually, it might even be close to the same. 12 plus 14, 22 for that one.
22. So 48 damage. Jesus Christ. 48. Okay. All right. So poof, poof, 2 of them back to back. They both seem to, as you hear him go, seems to be like a wet cough. You're pretty sure you punctured the sides of his lungs just barely on his right side. And you've used most of your movement.
Yeah. I shouldn't have much left. I'm gonna stay there though.
5, 10. You got 20 if you flied.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay
If
there.
If
flew?
you flied.
If I fly, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay, so
I have
after he
crazy
flied over there and shooted the guy, you did quite a bit of damage. That guy is not looking good. Next up is Anson, then Icillius, and then Professor. So Anson is going to use half his movement to get the fuck up. And he's going to shoot a glance over at the bone guy. And he's not going to do that. He is going to cast Vampiric Touch.
Do we get to save from the fear effect now?
Don't
or
use
no?
level.
necrotic, he says.
Is there a save at the end of the turn?
Oh shit! You were feared, weren't you?
Yeah.
You did move your. You had
I
to use
moved
your-
away from him. I moved
That's my
away.
fault. I'm gonna say you saved because that's on me, and you
Okay.
shouldn't have been able to do that.
So.
You have to use your whole turn. That's my fault.
Oh.
It's a save at the
okay.
end of your turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my fault.
So I was gonna
So
use
who else is
all
feared?
motions,
I am.
but-
You are. Okay.
I am.
Okay. So the two of you. Okay. You are also immune to the effect for 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. That's okay. Anson's going to use Vampiric Touch
You're off by 1 point.
on the guy
anyway.
right next to him, the guy that just hacked at him. He definitely hits. So he's going to do and just 7 necrotic damage, but he heals a little bit, so that's good. Okay, and with his bonus action, is he going to do anything? He's going to Hunter's Mark Bony Guy. Okay, so next up is Icillius, then Professor after that.
Okay. So I can't shoot Julia one-handed very well, but can I get the underbarrel off?
Yeah, I think so.
He's frightened. He has to.
You do have to make
Yeah.
your
You have
your save first though. But yeah, you could use your
Okay. So it would take my entire turn to make the save?
correct.
Yeah.
You do have to use your movement first though. Which will proc 1 opportunity attack. And you have to move.
And I can't disengage.
Nope.
Okay.
Excuse me. So he's gonna make 1 swipe at you.
With disadvantage.
Oh, that is with disadvantage because you still have your cloak. And it is 23. Yeah, he still hits. I'm surprised he hit.
Oof.
So 18 slashing damage.
Okay, I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke that.
Okay, he's gonna make a dex save. And 15. That's enough. It's only 12 for that, right?
Yeah, so it's 5 halved to 2.
Okay. Still though, this is good. Anson goes, yeah, keep burning it.
It's getting weird about the fire.
I know, right?
It's not weird. It's not like he's got a hard on for it.
Sounds like it.
Okay, and now I can save.
Yeah.
And it's Wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, well, that is shit. That's a 9.
Nope. Still feared.
Okay.
I have a weird, a question. I know someone talked about a weird question. The tarp part that we were in,
The tarp part.
like the middle part,
Yes.
is that just open? Like an open hole? Or is
Yeah,
it
right now
covered?
it's an open hole with a
Okay.
chain going down to the
I didn't know if it
level
was
below.
covered or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. It's just an open hole. The you guys decided not to bring the platform up to be quieter.
yeah.
It didn't happen. It ended up working until she popped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was because you're talking about a tarp, so I was confused.
The tarp is around the. Just to clarify, the
Okay.
tarp is around kind of. If you were standing there, it'd be up in front of you like this,
Like
and you
shower
had to
curtain.
and you had to walk out like this.
But if I was in the air
Like
and I
a
flew
teepee.
over it, something would be covering it? The hole?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You're trying to drop somebody down there. That's kind of cool.
I have ideas.
Live your dreams, friend.
I have ideas.
So it is Professor's turn.
Alright, I'm frightened, so I gotta.
Yep. You gotta move,
You
which
can
is
do
fine.
it, friend.
You gotta move basically back here.
That's fine.
Why did you fucking...
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wisdom, right? Shit. Okay, I'm gonna use a
Okay,
luck point again.
Okay, go ahead and use a luck
you
point.
shouldn't have talked me out of doing
Use
that.
a different dice. How about that?
I didn't
We'll
know
see if
that
this
you were gonna
works.
use
Dice
it on
juju's
us. I
real,
thought you were
that's
trying
fine.
to call them like the enemies.
Even
You're
worse!
stupid.
Okay, so you're still
Yourself.
frightened.
I sure am.
Okay.
I don't spellcast.
And I used another luck point.
He talked me out of using calm emotions, by the way. I was gonna use it to get you guys out of the fear, but...
I didn't know
Up to
it
you
worked that way.
guys. Next up is well, you're at the end of the round anyway. You can do whatever you want with your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is the troll. Let's see if he recharges his whirlwind boy.
Please.
He does so,
Ah,
but he's not
no.
going to use it because all of them would be involved as well.
You might make a break for me. Which is exactly what I want.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Me?
Yep. Hanson already knows what he's looking at. So.
That is a perception. I always forget. It's a 16.
Okay, you fought trolls one time before. A couple of them on the road somewhere. I don't remember where necessarily. But trolls aren't that rare. This one is obviously very different from the normal trolls that you face. Okay, so now that you've rolled your perception check, roll a history check.
Okay.
On your own personal history.
That is a 21.
Okay, last time you guys fought trolls, you discovered that they regenerate health. Unless you burn them.
Yeah.
And you don't see that he is regenerating health this turn, even though it's the top of his turn.
Yeah.
So, throwing that out there. But he is going to make 5 attacks on you. One of which is with his bite. So the first one's with his bite. 14 misses. Next 2 claws. 1 miss, 1 hit. 1 miss, 1 hit. Okay. So he's going to do...
These are magical.
Yeah, against all odds, they seem to be magical. So 13 damage for 1. And... Oh, what a bummer. 10 damage for the other. And you're getting a similar smell of evil on these, not necessarily from the being itself, because while trolls are technically evil, they're intelligent creatures that harm others, but it's often for food. It's not necessarily for malice, although they have been known to do that. It's been altered in some way. So the next up is the bony figure, and it too is going to make some... It's going to make 3 attacks. Miss. Miss. It's going to miss. As it sees this, it's going to be like, ah! And then it's going to...
I'm going to make an attack on him.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm wondering if I should stab him or if I should use a spell.
Decide now.
I'm going to stab him. I have a higher to hit. Yeah, it's oh, that's not bad. 18?
18 will hit.
So we'll do that, and we'll make it radiant damage.
Okay.
So that's a 10 piercing damage, 5 radiant damage.
Okay. All right. It seems to take all of your attack. Doesn't seem to do more, which is surprising considering it's undead. You get a strong undead feeling from it, but this seems to have a property to it that doesn't respond negatively to radiant. So next up are the cultists. This one's going to turn to Icillius. This one's going to turn to Elenia. And this one's going to make a call between the 2 of them, I think. What's the range on that? Yeah. Yep. Okay, so the first one's going for Icillius. That hits.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, you're right. How is an 18 hits, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that does 6 slashing damage, and you are pulled 10 feet. 5, 10, and prone. And it's going to use its reaction to try to get you. So go ahead and make me
Just
a...
imagine.
Go ahead and make a...
He's not gonna
Actually,
have any
it shows left hand. You don't have that? You're good. It goes to look for your hand, and it's not there. And so it's going to not do that next time. It'll re-roll, but... So you don't have to make a save. You just succeed.
Well...
And you hear it say...
He's one of us already.
It's already It's already gone.
One of us. One's gonna make an attack on Alenia. Oh my goodness.
Did it hit?
hits.
Oh, good.
So you're gonna take 5 slashing, halved to 2 minus 3 is -1. You don't gain health, but you don't lose any.
Yeah, don't take any.
But he does pull you down to the ground.
Fucking.
That'd be an amazing thing to hit you with. Oh my god, I don't know how that fucking weapon
I feel
did it.
better.
I feel better.
Okay.
That's just what I needed.
And
It's just
I need
adrenaline.
a dex save from you, but what arm do you use to use your shield?
My left.
Your left. It's going for your right arm, so you can use your strength against this.
Good, because that's a 12.
That's a 12 total.
Yeah.
Okay, now it starts cutting into your right arm.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
God.
We could get... What a cool party we'd have if we were all missing legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to.
Really cool pirate party.
My next character is
Get
supposed to
a
miss
boat!
a limb, not this one.
Okay, anyway. So, after that, we have the other two. That one's going to make a couple attacks against... Yeah, he's going to make 2 attacks against Anson, because he's right there. Wow. So one is a 17, that misses, and the other one is a natural 1. I'm going to let Anson get a counterattack on him. And he hits with an 18. Okay, does 10 damage, which is not making that guy happy. Okay. It looks at its wound as it gets cut across the shoulder and chest a little bit. It looks down and it looks up to the troll, but you don't understand what it's saying. The other one is going to curl around and make 2 more attacks on Anson, both of which miss. Wow, they are doing poorly.
Good.
This is good. This is good for you guys. This is going the other way. It is Alenia's turn. You are on the ground.
Alright, can I get up?
Yeah, you can use half your movement to stand.
Yeah, I'm getting up.
Okay.
Shit, did anybody burn the troll? I don't think they did.
No.
I don't have
think
anything
so.
fire.
Well,
I
it's the
certainly
top
didn't.
of its turn.
Right, but I'm pretty sure I'm last, and, well, you guys
Right
go
on
for
top
it.
of the round, top
Yeah.
of its turn. That's why.
You should just call it motion this one.
60, are Icillius and the professor within 20-foot radius of 40 feet of each other?
No.
5, 10,
40 feet of
15,
each
20,
other?
25,
Oh,
30,
because it's not
35,
it's not centered on you?
Yeah. I just need them to be within 40
No,
feet.
45.
Fuck.
That sucks.
You
That does
guys.
suck. I didn't do that. Well, that's what fear does. It spreads everybody
I
out.
know,
So.
god damn it, I should have done it earlier.
I think by the time... Well, maybe not. No, you're right. You probably could have got him last turn.
Use it on Hugo, because I can kill the guy that has range.
Okay, I'm gonna... Fuck, I'm gonna have to quicken spell it. Yeah, well,
Twin spell?
we will... No, it has to only target one
okay.
person.
Yeah, I can't be angry.
Oh, wait, can
Never
distant?
mind.
Can distant? Is it only the range, or can I change the radius with distant? I don't think
you
I
can change
can.
the radius. No.
Yeah. Shit.
That would
Okay.
make fireballs fucking dope.
That
would.
would. No, I guess we're just going to quicken spell. So I'm gonna use 2 more sorcery points.
Okay.
6, and we're gonna cast Calm Emotions on the professor.
Does that end the...
You can willingly just fail the save,
imagine
and now
you
you are calm. You're now no longer frightened.
Do I still have to do anything on my turn or at the beginning of my turn?
You're
Am I-
good.
No, you're
it's
good
a normal
now.
turn at the beginning of your turn.
And then I am going to. Now I have
There's
to
a guy
move
right in front of you, a troll behind you.
I do have 10-foot reach if I use 2 hands. We're gonna do that. Turn around and stab the troll.
You turn around and stab the troll?
Yes, but I am putting
'Cause
my
you have
shield.
reach.
Yeah, I'm putting my shield down.
Shield down on your back,
So
which
it'll
brings
be
you to 18?
21.
21? No, it's a +1 shield, 20 at least.
20.
Okay. Yeah, 20.
Right.
It's 20. Yeah, because you're at 23.
Yeah, 20.
Yep.
And yeah, we're gonna stab it at the
Okay,
troll.
so you do have reach, so you
and
can make an attack.
it will be with fire damage
Sounds
on
good.
Solarion. Oh, 19?
19's enough.
Okay.
That hits. So you stab at the troll, and magically, as you do so, the Solarion, using two hands, it extends a little bit longer, almost into a pike, and you stab into it with using the fire function of it. using
We
your
will
alternate
also
damage.
make that a divine smite, I believe.
You already used your bonus action.
That's not a bonus action.
Divine Smite isn't an
Is it?
action at all.
When you hit, I think you can. Hold on.
Wow, that's dope.
Divine smite is.
Can you? So you could cast a smite and use Divine Smite.
You can expend one spell slot when you hit
Fuck
with
it.
a melee.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's just it's with your action. That's
it's
fine.
up
That's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Paladins are awesome.
Paladins are great.
Paladins do so much damage when you do it.
Let's
right.
make it a third level slot. So
Wowzers.
that'll be it'll be 2d8 and then 1, so 5? No. 2, 3, 4. 4d8s.
Okay.
We're gonna kill this fucking troll, maybe.
Oh, by this time you guys can see the rest of this as well. You've been around enough.
It just kind of curves back around.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it is.
I was
not,
concerned by the shape of this room. I was
there's
like,
not-
oh my god, is
there's
there
not
more?
a lot.
Yeah.
You've been around a little bit, so yeah, it's
Okay.
just got some shit in there.
Alright, let's break
Seems
this
to be
down.
a prep area for whatever goes on up here.
Okay.
Okay.
I was concerned this wasn't the main.
No.
I
I
don't
was
think
like, fuck.
Radiant doesn't do anything different to it, does it?
Doesn't seem to.
Okay. So
Just give me your total damage.
total, well, 2 of it will be fire. If that, I don't know.
No,
if
it doesn't take extra damage
Okay.
from fire. It just
Doesn't
mitigates the
regenerate.
healing factor.
Alright, so it's 10, 12, 18, 29 damage total.
That's pretty good. 29 damage from a melee attack from the healer. Pretty good. Pretty good. So, again, you extend it out. Solarion kind of projects out a little bit further than normal due to the two-handed nature of this. And you both Divine Smite and...
Is it an undead?
It is.
Oh,
no,
it gets-
no, it isn't. I'm sorry.
Oh,
The
I
other
was
one
gonna
is.
say, if it's undead, it takes extra.
The other
but-
one is.
Okay.
This is not undead. This is a troll that's been
There's just Stitched. He's a Frankenstein.
not quite stitched. It also is healed. It looks like there were some stitches at some point. And
So he
then-
is alive.
Yeah.
alive.
So he's just a normal living troll, but the way trolls regenerate. So, moving on from Millennia, it's Ivelios, then Anson, then Icillius.
Alright, I'm gonna tell you what I want to do. You're gonna tell me how I'm gonna do it. Because it's hard for
Okay.
me to, like...
I get you.
How far from the ground to that hole is it?
From the ground.
The ground, like, where the platform is, that we have to pull the chain up?
Oh, like
How far is
25
that?
feet.
Okay. Alright, so what I want to do
Okay.
is I want to shoot the bone guy with a teleport arrow.
Oh.
And then shoot it down the hole.
Okay, so you're gonna have to fly over.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Just-
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to go inside and. Yeah,
Yep.
you can try.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
I
cool.
want to try that.
Okay. So you'd have to fly at least to here.
Okay.
You could fly over this guy and not worry about that, and then be up here, take a shot,
Mm-hmm.
fly over this, and there's a small hole at the top like a teepee, and you could shoot down into it, and then you'd have 15 more feet.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, so so go ahead and be here.
Okay.
Take a shot.
Come on, don't fuck me. 29.
That hits.
And then...
Not
24.
24. You shoot all the way down. Where do you want to land?
Where do I want to land?
Yeah.
On the other side of the opening.
Just like right here?
Yeah.
Okay. It's about as far as you can get. So you see Ivelios
still
fly up, take a shot with the blue teleport arrow. Go ahead and roll normal damage with that.
Yeah.
You
fine.
do get Colossus Slayer,
Yep.
but it doesn't have like any elemental damage or anything.
I think he can walk up the walls though. So.
Yeah, but he's
He's at the bottom
it's
of
gonna
like a
take
dome
him
room.
time.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be instant.
Yeah.
5 plus 17.
Okay, so 17
With
damage.
5 of that being radiant,
Okay.
which I know it doesn't matter, but
You're fine. Okay. So, you take a teleport arrow out, and it locks in, and then you can feel the tether between the next teleport arrow and that one, and you fly over top of the hole, shoot straight down, and as it hits, it cracks into the wood platform at the bottom, and then you get that nice little blue spark where it sort of flares up, and then this guy is at the bottom of the other chamber below you.
Go.
Nice.
It'd be an action to try and break the chain, wouldn't it, with my katanas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would. But you made an attack action. You could use a bonus action because of the way your katanas work. You could use a bonus action because you attacked in this round. So
Yes.
go ahead.
I want to do that.
Okay, so we're going to kind of do that on the fly by
Okay.
slice. So go ahead. It will have has an AC of 15 and some hit points you're not aware of.
Well, that's a 28 to hit.
28 to hit. Your magical katanas, I mean, can definitely slice through steel or iron. So let's see how many hit points.
15.
15 was the hit point. So, and you hear ding 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 ding. Let's see. It's gonna make a dex save
That
to get out of the way of the
thing-
chain. It's fine. Yeah.
Might get pissed.
Yeah, and you hear.
Oh god.
So yeah, that's at the bottom of the chamber. That's kind of out of the fight for a little bit. That's pretty good. That's
Smart.
nice. All right. So next up is Anson, then Icillius. Anson's gonna look over and he's gonna be like, "Fucking good!" And then he's gonna swing at these fucking. He's not gonna touch the cultist necessarily. He's gonna swing at
Does
this guy.
that affect Icillius' fear at all? Now that he can't see it and it's super far away?
The troll was doing the fear, I thought.
No.
No, it was,
There was the bone
guy.
boy.
Okay.
Let me see what the text reads on there.
It'd also be great because I'm concentrating and keep you not
I think
afraid.
it's only as long as I have line of sight to it.
Fears usually are with line of sight.
It lasts after the fact. Let's give you advantage on the save. It doesn't say so in this, but it's not an official wizard's book that I
gotcha.
got this
It's different
from.
from the
So
frightened condition.
I'll give you advantage from him. Well, the frightened condition doesn't say. Well, no, it does. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. While the source. Well, it doesn't say. No, it just says about your attack rolls and stuff. It doesn't say anything about the fear effect itself. I'll give you advantage on the save because it lasts for a distinct amount of time and it's a magical effect. It's not necessarily. You weren't scared of him, so. But yeah, that's a good point. So Anson misses both times. Oh no, he hits once. I'm sorry, he hits once. So by 1 point, he's gonna swing at the cultist, and he doesn't quite kill him. But the one he hurt, the one that's closest to him right here, is very wounded, and you can see that as it cuts across the chest, it had healing marks, and there's some strips of skin that weren't quite healed that are sort of falling away, and you can see exposed musculature in parts. It's pretty gross. Okay, next up is Icillius, and then Professor.
Okay.
So you're on the ground right now.
Yeah, can I stand up?
Yep. That's 15 feet. And then that guy's right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fuck that guy up with my rapier.
Did you save your fear?
Oh, I have to save before I can attack at all.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the same.
Advantage, though.
Yeah, you do have advantage. I'm also going to give this to you at the beginning of the round
Thank
because
you.
he's not there.
What was it?
Okay, 22.
Yeah, you saved. So, yeah, that's gonna cost your bonus action, but you still have an action.
Okay.
Because he's not there anymore, and there's not
just
really
my three
rules
attack.
on how this one works, so makes sense. What's that?
Nothing, I was just talking over you. Just gonna make my 3 rapier attacks.
Okay, go ahead.
14 for the first one.
That misses.
13
God damn it.
Misses.
and 18.
That hits.
You got one.
For 6 damage.
6 damage.
Are they lulling us to sleep as they kill us?
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds
Hand
like it.
flute music.
Oh wait, that's actually... Okay. He is not looking good at this point. As you kind of try to stab at him, he doesn't want that to happen, obviously. But the last one catches him pretty good. Right below the vital area of the neck, kind of through the underside of the collarbone on his right side. It's a gross wound, but it doesn't seem to have landed a killing blow. So, did you want to do anything with your 15 feet of movement, or are you good? He would get an opportunity attack. I don't think he... Well... No, he used his reaction to try to cut your shit off, but he found the wrong one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So you could stand right there, or you could move 15 feet in a direction.
I'll move 10 feet in that diagonal direction, so the troll is right in front of me.
So the troll's right in front of you?
Yeah.
Like this?
But,
That's why about getting rid of
But around Anson, is what you're saying?
But then he would just regen health.
Or...
no, the other diagonal forward.
I
so,
see. Yeah, I get
Oh.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ballsy.
That's a good... Okay, yeah, I got you. All right, so that's
Yeah, right there.
that's the end of your turn. Professor's up, then the troll. So you're all the way in the corner. Were you feared still?
He's not feared.
You're not feared because calm
I'm
emotions.
concentrating on it right
Yeah.
now. So if I drop it, he's feared again.
I'm gonna do a 5th level fireball. I think the only ones I can get without harming anyone else are the troll, Elenia,
That guy in the
and that
back.
guy.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So dex
Velios
saves.
might be in that.
Am I in it?
It's 40 foot across
Let me see.
in each
Yeah,
direction.
count.
I'm in it. I'm 100%
Yeah,
in
he's
it.
definitely in
It would
You
hit
could do it
Velios
this way
or-
and get, but you don't know what's in here.
Can I get it without getting Anson?
Yeah.
It would
It's a
have. It would
circle.
just be
Yeah.
the edge of it.
might
But you
burn-
don't know what's in here
Remember
that you're
that
burning
kid
up.
was crying somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to take a fireball to
I'll
the
take
face,
a
that's his
fireball,
fucking.
whatever.
It's a 5th level fireball.
I can absorb elements. It's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna do it then.
Okay.
Are you sure?
So this
Okay.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dex
The
saves
last
for the
time we
troll.
did this, it took someone out of the fight for like 20 rounds.
Okay, but that's because it incapacitated you.
I
shit.
made my dex save, so it's gonna be a quarter damage.
I
Whoa.
take nothing, so.
I take a quarter of that. 'Cause
Okay,
I don't-
Elenia is of course immune to fire. I don't think the cultists are.
Hopefully not.
Well, you've been burning them a lot, so they haven't seemed to resist it yet.
God, I got low on a lot of these.
Again, it's pretty wet in here, so that's why you roll poorly on your fireball.
Sure. 20 fire damage.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Wowzers!
halved if
Wait,
they...
for a 5th level?
For a 5th level fireball!
I'm not wasting
Look
a
at
spell
these.
slot. I'm just gonna take 10 damage. It's not bad. What?
Yeah, but you could take 5.
And both save.
Oh no!
At least it
actually
took
going to
fire
use
damage.
Yeah, it did. So it
That's
took 10
good.
damage. So,
I did use absorb elements because I have an idea.
and then that guy took this. Okay. And you don't take any, and you take 10.
5.
Five.
I used
Oh,
it-
you are.
I ended up using it. Yeah. Because
Okay.
I have an idea.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I get what you're going with. Okay. So after that, it is the troll, and then the bony guy whose name you don't know. So troll.
That's an odd qualifier since we don't know any of their names.
Bone guy.
Well, troll is a name.
I,
Okay.
I assume the humanoids have names, the humans. And
Oh, god damn it,
Troll's
Icillius.
gonna walk here, and he's gonna sacrifice potentially this guy.
Are these attack rolls?
No.
No, they're just
This is
saves.
gonna be a save. I need a
Okay.
dex save from Anson, Icillius, Alenia, and this cult boy.
Alright, we're strengthened.
Cult boy failed.
Cult boy's probably dead.
Cult boy
13.
failed.
Randy failed.
Yikes.
15.
You also failed. Ouch.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna get real fucked up. I'm gonna have to make a concentration check too.
43 slashing damage to everyone that failed.
And it's magic.
And it is magical. That is. That was a 19 deck save.
Oh no.
You have potions?
I know, but I'm good. I got it.
Attribute that.
Don't tell me now.
I gotta make a fucking concentration check,
Okay.
and I don't think it's half of that, right? So
43, so 21. Well, 22. It's rounded up.
No. Fuck no.
no,
Mine's
you're
close.
scared again.
Great.
But you have advantage.
Not
don't forget.
necessarily.
Uh,
No, he's not.
he's not.
It's not there to continue the perpetuate.
Okay.
Okay, so.
I'm real badly hurt.
Yeah, so anyone that got under 19 took full damage on that, 43 damage. So what did Icillius get?
I got like a 13. It was bad.
Okay,
Wait, what
what's
was-
Anson's?
You said under a 14, right?
19.
Oh, fuck me. That's a high
Anson
one.
succeeds, so he took 22 damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, he's a little hurt. Alright, so that's it for him.
I'm gonna hellish rebuke the troll too for that.
Yep, he succeeded. What is the damage?
Oh, he did. Okay. It's 14 down to 7.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all better not let anything take my fucking hand.
It still hasn't been able to regenerate, which is really good because that's kind of part of its, like a big part of its kit. So that's desirable. Evelios, from below, you do hear the skittering
Yeah.
of a dash. You don't know how close it is, but you gotta imagine it's not terribly far away. Okay, so after that, you have cult guys. That one's gonna attack Alenia. Fails. That guy's gonna throw a harpoon at Professor. Fails. And that guy is going to harpoon Icillius, or let's see. No, it's going for Anson. It's gonna harpoon him, and it fails. So they all fail.
Good.
And then you see, this really wounded one is going to walk up. It's not going to leave Anson's range. It's going to walk up holding its wounds. It's going to pull a knife out and look at the troll. And it's going, and it's going to slit its own throat.
What the fuck?
It falls down. The troll picks him up
Alright.
and shoves him into
And heal.
a couple of the stomachs, or the mouths on his stomach. So he turns around and grabs him,
Oh god.
and that
Just
guy
a
is
mid-fight
consumed
snack.
in moments. And so he's going
What the
to.
fuck?
Dude, this is so fucked up.
So he's going to.
This is so fucking crazy.
Don't give me weed when I prep.
Apparently.
Allegedly!
Jesus Christ.
Allegedly don't give me
Oh,
very
no.
legal substances. Anyway, so, yeah, he heals, for many points. You don't know how many. But he seems to,
God
he's not undamaged, but some of his wounds definitely clean up.
I'll save her.
There's one more of those guys on the field, for the record. So, next up is Alenia, then Evelios.
Alright, well. Oh, wait. Hold on. I
Okay.
have to look at may be able to twin spell this, which would.
Is it warm down here?
Yes.
No,
I am sweating.
I'm
Warm.
I'm good.
You're always
I'm
cold.
wearing pants this time though, so
You can see
That might be
within
it.
range.
I'm also wearing pants. I'm good.
I'm also wearing
Is it-
you're
is
always
any-
cold though.
Is anybody really beat up other than
I've
me?
lost-
Anson's
5.
very beat up. Anson has gotten the shit kicked out of him several times.
I've
Okay.
lost 5.
You're also beat up though, aren't you?
9 HP.
She is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Elenia not looking great right now.
We're gonna twin spell heal.
Yeah, that sounds right. Was that 50?
70. So,
70?
70 to him, 70 to me.
That is exactly how many hit points he was missing, so he is at full health, and he goes, fucking thank you!
You're welcome! And then, that was my action. Oh, God. What do I do? Fuck.
So that's your action.
Yeah, oh, and I'm back to, say we're back to 23, AC.
As you
because
pull
of-
out your
pull my
shield.
shield.
Well, actually, left hand.
Shield of Faith on Icillius.
Shield of Faith on Icillius.
Yes.
How many points?
So +2 to your
Plus
AC.
2 AC. Okay. So plus 2 AC Icillius as you cast Shield of Faith, and you heal you and Anson for very clutch hit points, very, very needed.
Yep.
You're only at 79 though.
Yep,
Not great.
that's all I can do.
All right, next up is Avelios.
Right.
During your turn, Anson looks at you and goes, "Where is that fucker?"
Oh, God.
Can I, like, is there
Because he
anything-
can't see past the other side.
Yeah. I'm gonna just tell him. I shot him down the hole. He's gone for now. And I cut the chain. He's not coming.
He's crawling.
His
up the
intelligence
fucking
check
wall.
was not high. He
Yeah.
does not know what "shot him down the hole" means. But he goes,
I teleported him down the
thumbs
hole.
up. No, you don't have
Yeah.
time for that.
Okay.
Just-
Anyways, the cultist that I originally had hunters marked, the one that's over by
Yes,
Anson, I'm
nice.
gonna finish him off.
Okay, so just you probably want to be in the air, or you
Okay.
can just shoot past
Yeah,
Anson.
just fly
up
me
to
up
you.
because I want to move too. So
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of you get a little height, so you get over Anson, so your possible failure state isn't
well, that's
as
a
high.
29.
29 will do. I think that'll hit, and he's very low.
Yeah.
So I would roll damage first.
I'm not even gonna use Colossus
You,
Lair.
you're not going to use Colossus Slayer.
You can choose to use it.
Really?
On attack, so you don't have to use it on.
That's
your
very
attack.
cool.
10, 20.
20 is just enough to off him.
Okay.
So you, nice little shot from Sorrow, and bink, he just falls right over with sort of a spin as he falls to the
I'm gonna
ground.
transfer my hunter's mark to the cultist that got hit with the blade thingy. The
This
spin,
one right here.
The whirlwind, yeah.
Yeah, you're just high enough to shoot over top of that as
I'm
well.
gonna give him a shot.
All right.
That's a 32.
Okay. He
How does
is
he
looking just slightly better than the last guy, but you feel like he's within range.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of the plan anyways. So he's gonna take. Oh, that's kind of shit.
Do you use Colossus Slayer on that one?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I have a plan. 18.
18 is not enough, but he is very close.
And then I'm gonna fly down to him
Okay.
because I can use my katanas for an offhand.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you fly down to him.
That's
and
a 25.
you stow your bow and pull out your katana, and that hits for sure. That's enough. You
He's
killed him.
fucked. Yeah, no, this was a lot.
He's dead.
I absorbed, and I got an extra d6 of fire on him too.
Okay.
What was his?
Oh,
CR?
you used absorb elements on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your next melee attack uses a d6 of the. damage
Oh, it
you
is
got
only
hit
on
with.
melee attacks. Nice. Okay.
So how much? What was his CR? So I can get that HP.
Oh, that's right. You do get that with your very
I think
good.
it was 5, right?
Very good strategy. I believe it's 5 as well. Let me see. 5.
Okay. This is already looking better.
We're getting better.
So, and he
Heal
sort
was
of
very clutch, but that was
he
my
sort
only
of
6th level.
grabs at the wound, and then you see just he can't hold it in, and his insides start to fall out, and then you sort of give him a little push with the sword as he pops through the tarp and down the hole where you sent the bone
How
guy.
much movement would I have left?
5 feet.
5 feet. Can I move 5 feet down?
Wait. I'm sorry. No, you.
Because I only flew
10 feet.
10 feet. Can I move 10 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
If they get an OA, it's fine.
Let me see if he notices you, because he's not really. You did that very fast. He does notice you. He will get enough.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna make a swipe. That definitely hits. It's not ideal, but that's what happened. Not a lot of damage, though. He does 13 slashing damage, magical.
Okay. That's not too bad. I'm still pretty healthy. And that is my turn.
All right,
Got a
so
lot
Anson's up, then Icillius, then the professor.
I can't believe we've been out for this
So
for
Anson-
2 hours already.
Anson's feeling a little froggy now that
It's going way better than the last fight.
it is going a lot
It's
better.
so
than
much
last
better
fight.
than the
Yeah.
last
It's
fight.
not even close.
I'm not incapacitated for most of it.
You killed the guy oh no, never mind. He hunter's marked the other guy.
Kill the little one.
He is going to...
Kill the little boy.
Let me read what that does. For just a second. He wants to... Whoop. So we got Anson right here. Next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, a writhing mass. Okay, yeah, he's going to use ensnaring strike on his sword.
Hey.
He's going to whip the sword around and make an attack. He makes 2 attacks. The first one misses. The second one hits. And so a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until it ends. So he's restraining the one that gives health to the big guy. He doesn't do a lot of damage. He only does like 7 damage. Yeah. Okay. And strength save against the guy. He fails it, so that is restrained. Restrained creature speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dex saves. So that is... That's his turn. And he's going to get in between the 2 of them, and he's going to turn towards the troll. Okay, it's Icillius' turn then, Professor.
Okay. How beat up does that cultist behind Anson look?
The fucked up looking one? He's not very hurt, but you can tell that they don't have as much vitality as the regular ones.
Okay.
Other than that, you have the troll. On the other side is Alenia, and then next to you is another cultist.
Okay, well, first I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
Get 16 back. And then I'm just going to take 3 swings at the troll.
All right.
18
18 hits.
for 13 damage.
Okay.
22.
Hits.
Another 13.
All right. So you're poking into the troll here.
16 on the last one.
16. Okay. So that's 26 plus 16.
No, 16 to hit.
Oh, 16 to hit? That
Yeah.
hits.
You cut out.
That hits.
Okay.
Yep.
That's only 10 more damage.
10 more damage. Well, that's much easier math for me anyway. That's 36 total damage.
Okay, that'll be my turn.
But actually, is your rapier just a rapier?
Yeah, it's just a rapier.
Okay, so it seems to be taking half of that damage. So
Ugh.
it's taking 18 damage.
We need to get that shit silvered.
Or just a hand. Just get him a hand.
I know, but sometimes you might have to use the sword.
Okay, so not quite
Give
as
him a
damaged as he would have been,
hand.
but still, you managed to
can't
stab
slap.
several times, aiming for the what seemed to be vital areas of those open mouths, and you managed to do some harm, even though you are weakened necessarily. Next up is Professor.
I can't wait for the bone.
Do you want to do a
skittering
movement
up
or anything?
behind
I'm
me and
sorry.
Hold me.
This.
No, I'm gonna stay there.
To do this, I think I need to move a little bit closer.
So funny.
But basically, I'm gonna do a 4th level Agonazar Scorcher to the cultist and the troll.
Okay. Agonizer, Scorcher, just between those two. So yeah, we'll move you just right here. Is that okay? Right there?
Yeah, that's good.
You can also move back one if you'd like.
After the fact, I will. Yes.
Okay.
You would have just reached it.
All right.
So yeah, dex saves.
This is intense.
Could have thrown.
Not as dire as last time, but you can hear that that creature is definitely getting closer.
I'm making 200 IQ plays over here.
200
200
IQ
IQ.
plays.
Fuck you.
4D chess up in this bitch.
28 fire damage.
28 fire damage. Let's roll the dex save. What's the save?
16.
16. He just
We need
saved.
to
That's the
actually post our
cultist.
character information. Like
Troll.
Our stats.
Just fails.
Okay, 28 fire damage, 14.
28
I'll
fire
picture
damage.
this, that way I can do it when I get home.
Absolutely. And the
You could take one
cultist
with you.
just saves 14.
Pointless.
Okay. All right.
How's the troll look right now?
Worse off than he was for sure. It's kind of hard to tell given how much shit is going on. But one of the heads looks dead, or at least non-responsive. He's got 3 stacked on his shoulders, and then he has a couple in the chest. The chest area ones, after he stabbed them and you basically ignited through them as the Agonizer Scorcher extends from your wand in a spiraling fire. Yeah, it looks like you're definitely on the way. This fight feels better than the last one.
Okay. And that's all I'll do.
Okay. All right.
Is there anything else here that we have to worry about?
Okay, next up is the troll. Let's see if he gets
I
his
know.
spinny attack
I
back.
don't want.
Okay, he's got a decision to make between Anson, Icillius, and
Probably.
Alenia.
The only
Icillius, since you got picked on last time, what 2 numbers do you want to be on the D6? A 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, or a 5 and a 6?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The only reason
So that's
I
cocked.
used my 6th level spell is because I'm trying to
A
make sure
2?
it gets lit at least once per round.
So, after
Yeah.
stabbing him several times in the belly, the troll turns to you and is going to make 5 attacks. Icillius.
He has +2 to his AC as well.
+2 and
at
with disadvantage. So, with disadvantage, the first one, a natural 1.
Hey.
Let's see about that. He confirms, so go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Hey.
That's good.
As you get a counter attack as he goes to bite you, and then you duck underneath and sort of
15.
15 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hey, 13.
13 damage. Okay. Halved to 7.
Sure, move in
Okay. Oh, come on, marker.
Stop it.
You got jokes over there, kid?
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's pretty good too.
Alright, we got some more black markers over here. We're gonna see how this fucking goes, huh? We will not be defeated.
Just throw shit in the studio.
God damn. Studio.
It's a studio.
You're very generous.
My basement looks really nice from the camera's
Yeah,
perspective.
that's the point. They don't need to know that we're just in a basement with shitty backdrops.
No one has ever not played D&D in a basement.
Even when it's not in a basement,
It's
it's
a
a
we don't-
basement.
It's a basement until the game ends.
I was gonna say we didn't have basements in Louisiana.
Who cares? Anyway, so
That's not even a real place. Shut up.
So he's gonna make a disadvantage attack with his claws. 9 plus 11 is 20. That hits. He does hit you with that one, and that Jesus Christ, he hits hard. Okay. Oh my goodness, my goodness! I dropped this d6. Okay.
Don't die.
You take 11 slashing damage.
Okay, Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Let's get a dex save up in here. He fails.
18.
Wow! Wowzers!
That's fire, right?
Yeah, it's fire.
Hey.
He looks at you again. Ah! He kind of wipes away the fire. You see another one of the heads on the shoulders sort of slumps forward, and its eyes got burned out of its sockets when he did that. So it's going to make another attack. 14 misses. 19 hit?
He's got
Yeah.
+2. What's your AC?
16.
18.
Oh, it's 18 right now with the +2.
16.
Oh God.
We need to get him beat up.
15 slashing
armor's
damage. 15 slashing damage to you. He's got...
Forgot his armor was broken.
and that was his last attack, and he misses that one.
Poor Icillius. This is
Okay.
fucking-
I know, this whole thing has been terrible for him. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Icillius is not having a good
His
go.
armor's broken, his
Dungeons
hand's
are his
gone.
kryptonite.
That's what I was in the chat. Castaway was like, "Someone he can't catch a break." And I go, "Someone should give him a hand."
Yeah, you stole my joke.
Oh,
You
okay.
stole my joke.
Next up,
No, it's not your joke.
next up, from right here,
I actually said it.
Watermelon?
clawing up. The back of your calf gets pulled.
I didn't know that
Millennia.
watermelon. I knew it! I told you it was gonna happen!
Make me, because you don't know what's coming, make me a dex save. Not with your
Yeah, I
strength.
can't. Oh, that's real bad. 6!
Okay, so
I'm
that's...
falling down a hole.
Okay, so he takes and he throws you down there. Go ahead and roll me another dex save as you really don't know, and you start spinning to catch yourself before you hit the ground, because it's not a far fall.
Nice.
Ooh, dex save you said?
Yeah.
16.
Okay, so you've only fallen about 15 feet. You'll have basically half movement from the center of that hole.
Am I flying?
You are flying.
Okay.
We're going to call you 15 feet down there, though.
Motherfucker.
And that was most of his action. He's going to walk over to Avelios.
He's mad at you.
and
Worth it, I think. Probably not. I'm about to get fucked up.
You're about to get wrecked. I told you he was gonna grab my ankle, though. I saw it coming.
He's going to try to grapple you. Go ahead and make me a contested grapple check.
Oh, fuck you, dice.
What'd you get?
8.
He has you grappled.
It teetered on 17 and then swapped to 3 at the
He
last
has you
second.
grappled, and he's kind of got his arm around your front, and his claws dig into your back, and he has a knife, and he's aiming for your wing. Your left
You're
wing.
about to get, fucking... What is it? Oh my god, I can't think of his name right now. I'm so stressed out.
Your left one. Okay, so
Quintus?
Quintus, yes.
You're about to get Quintus.
that's it. on your turn, you're going to have another save situation before he starts to.
Okay.
And then on
Surprised
his turn,
nobody's-
if you fail on his turn, you're gonna get one more save.
Can I use my action instead of trying to save?
Surprised nobody's tried to cut
You could
mine
try.
off yet.
It depends on what you want to do, but yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so next up is this very beat up cultist who is going to throw. He's going to try to get Professor out of this. He's going to try a harpoon again. It was on a 17, and now it's a 3. He fails.
Hey.
You're fine. They are rolling like shit compared to last time.
How-
Goddamn.
You've turned into
I've-
the one who hasn't taken any
I've
damage
taken
in the
no
past few
damage.
fights.
You've been attacked like 3 times too, and they just have not been able to. Okay, so that's.
He used to be the one that died in every fight, and
Okay.
now you're...
This one's going to try to break its restraints. What is the? I think it's just it's just a spell save for him to try to no longer be under the ensnaring strike. He's still ensnared. He's trying desperately. You can see him trying to get to his knife to try to give
Yeah,
the
keep
troll
him
hit
there.
points, but he can't do it. You guys are doing really good. It's Alenia's turn. Yeah.
Alright, I'm flying back up.
Okay, so
So
that's
that's-
15 feet just to get to basically the edge here.
Okay.
Which edge do you want to be on?
Back where I was, basically.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Troll or guy on Avelios?
Guy on Avelius is trying to cut his wing off.
Oh, yeah, let's
You
do
can see that pretty easily with your
That's
passive
true.
perception. Yeah.
If I get
He's basically got you in a headlock,
Yeah.
and then his second arm, the one that's underneath, has your arm pulled down like an arm bar, and his top arm is trying to cut into your wing.
Good thing.
You can feel the serrations on the wing stem itself, but he hasn't started cutting.
Let's do a guiding bolt at 4th level.
Okay. Don't roll on that one.
Please God. I can't take this.
A 19 on the dice.
Okay, that's not a nat 1. Actually, 19's pretty close, isn't it?
What?
Oh no, 18. No, wait. No, 19's right next to a 1
Yeah,
on my
yeah,
dice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That hits.
That
hits.
Yeah.
So guiding bolt at 4th fucking level.
Yeah. So
Woof!
it's 4, 5, 6, 76. I think.
76.
Let me
Wowzers.
check.
You guys do so much damage.
Yeah, but I burned through spell slots like crazy. Guiding bolt, guiding bolt. 46. So yeah, it's 7. I need one more d6. Hey, that's a lot of 6s. It's a lot. So 4, 12, 24, and then 28. 28 radiant damage.
28 radiant. Okay, and guiding bolt. Next attack has advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
So he lights up like a Christmas tree.
Okay, you see a radiant bolt of multicolored light shoot out from Millennia's hand into the back. For just a second, you think that's coming at your face, Icillius, as you can see, as you're underneath his armpit, looking out, you see, ah! And it doesn't hit you, and it doesn't even crackle onto you, and it hits him perfectly. 28 damage?
Yeah. And he's still up? After that? Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's still up.
Alright, we're gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Spiritual weapon comes out. You're gonna give him a whomping?
Yeah, we're gonna whomp him with advantage.
And you just want that floating over top of the vast emptiness? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Vast emptiness, 25-foot hole. It's
that
not
should hit
vast.
him. That is like a 24 to
24 to hit,
something
he'll
like
hit.
that. And I'll
Okay, after this is Icillius for record.
Yep.
it's just 1d8 plus. Oh, this is a little baby hit. It's just 6 force damage.
6 force damage? Okay. He seems to take all of it. And this new marker works amazing.
I'm happy for you.
Send markers to the P.O. box, please. I'm running out.
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna move in between Bone Guy and the troll, and
No, that's all your movement.
I only moved 15.
Yeah, you only had 15.
Oh, I only because I was like prone.
Yeah, it's basically well, you're just 15 feet down
halved.
the hole.
It's halved.
Oh, you
so
have
I would
40,
have
don't
20.
you?
Yeah, if I'm
Oh,
flying.
yeah, that's right. No, you got
As long as I'm
My
flying,
fault.
I could land.
So
yeah.
just right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay. I forgot we gave you more when you got the wing upgrade.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so Icillius is up, then
Alright,
Hanson, then Icillius.
so can I use the arm that he's holding to shoot a bow? Is that possible?
The arm that he's holding.
Because you said he's holding one of my arms.
Yeah.
Can I shoot a bow? Is it possible?
You could use a knife. You could use your katana with your right arm with disadvantage.
Do I know specifically if the teleport arrows have to be shot?
You've never
To
tried
work.
it.
I think you get where I'm going.
Alright, make an intelligence check.
Okay. 10.
You have no idea. you do know that like they don't activate just sitting around.
Yeah.
So you don't know if you stab something with it and then stab it over here if
Right.
it'll.
I was gonna stab myself and then stab a wall and then.
You don't know. You can try though.
Can I do that?
You've done something similar with
Yeah.
a friend.
Yeah.
I think didn't you do that to get someone out of a grapple once?
I think so.
I feel like someone was being held and you shot them and then shot somewhere else.
Yeah, but I shot it though.
Correct.
That's the.
Right. Well, you don't.
Tried.
Okay, so the magical enchantment in general doesn't seem to be contingent on what you shoot it from.
So
It might have to do with the velocity, or just could be what it sticks in or does damage to, but you don't know.
if I do that, can I still try and make a save or no? Or is that my turn? Like.
That'd be your that'd be your turn.
Okay. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Oh,
We'll
God.
do it live.
We're doing it live. I'm
Okay.
gonna stab myself in the leg with one of the
Okay, go
teleport
ahead and
arrows.
roll a d6, and
Okay.
that'll be the damage you take, because it's not going to be from your bow attack. Well, that's fine, too. You
Yeah.
can just throw it wherever.
Fuck.
6 full damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 6 damage in your fucking thigh, and you're like, oh! Fuck!
Oh
And
my
then
God.
into the wall, like as far as I can reach.
Okay, it'll be to your right, not your left.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to hit Sarah in the face.
Okay, I get you, I
Yeah,
get you.
please
Okay,
don't.
go ahead and roll an attack on this muddy wall. It's not going to be high to hit.
Well, it's a 16 on the dice.
16 on the dice. Okay, so you go like this. You grab another one. You see the tether, like the magical tether between the two, and you, as far as you can, go ahead and roll me a dexterity check, like an acrobatics check,
Okay.
to see how far you can get out.
24.
24. You have full extension of your arm, which is roughly 3 feet,
You little tiny
and you do. You move over a little bit, and
Oh
you're
my
not in a headlock.
Fucking shaking.
So it worked. How many teleport arrows do you have left? You are.
I got 2 left.
You're very very low.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But both are
you've
very
had those
good
a
usage.
lot of the campaign
Yeah.
though for
He's
what,
been
6
holding
real life
them.
months.
I've been holding them for.
They're very cool.
You also
Okay.
have the snail rose you've
Yeah.
had since like
Woo!
section 3.
Okay, so you did that. You're no longer being
grappled at all.
grappled at all. You do have a bonus action movement.
What katana attack? Bonus
Yeah,
action.
go for it.
26.
No hit.
Hey.
Oh fuck! I never moved my hunter's mark.
Nope.
So, I guess I should concentration check because I stabbed myself.
That's
Yeah,
true.
let me give a concentration check
Alright,
on there.
Let me
It's only a 10.
get this attack first, because it's not gonna matter regardless.
Let's get Colossus Slayer as
Yep.
well. No.
18.
18
No,
damage.
16. Sorry.
16 damage. Okay.
And then concentration check. No, failed that shit. Super worth it though.
Okay. Okay, it screams out in pain as you slice into it and you've teleported away. You are in pain as well as
Yeah.
this bolt is stuck in your thigh. You take a second to kind of pull it out and drop it on the ground. Its magic is now inert. And you don't really use arrows necessarily,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter. And you slash into it. Your hunter's mark succeeds or fails. Did you roll?
I failed.
You failed it?
Yep.
Okay, so your hunter's mark fades from the cultist over there.
Well,
I think.
he was dead. And I
Oh, yeah,
killed
no,
one,
it's just
so
gone,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just gone.
Yeah, poofed. Okay, so that's that turn. Unless you want to move. Opportunity attack, though.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, so it is Anson's turn, then Icillius. Anson. Yeah, okay. Anson's gonna say, we have to kill it now! And he runs over. He's gonna take an opportunity attack. No, he's not. This guy's still
Is
ensnared.
restrained, yeah.
15. He's gonna jump in the air and spin around. Let's do an acrobatics check.
Yeah, don't fucking hit me, please.
Natural 19. No, he's fine. He's very dexterous. He's going to... So he basically does like a sideways somersault, and he's going to make 2 attacks on this guy. The first one's going to be in the air as he's upside down. Which just fucking hits. And because it's a fiend, he does an extra 2d6 damage. Radiant. 8. He does 14 damage on the first one. And you see this thing, it drops its sack of gore on the ground when that happens and sort of... And he's going to turn and try to kill it with a natural 16. He hits. Fuck! Drop the dice. $17 damage. It's not quite dead, but you see he almost cut straight through the head of this fucking thing, and it's bleeding this black ichor from its neck. And then he pulls it out. So Anson's almost killed that. Icillius, it's your turn then, Professor.
Okay. You're gonna move 10 feet counterclockwise.
Okay.
And then for my first attack, I'm going to draw my pistol and shoot at the guy that the three of them are surrounding.
Okay, the bone guy. Okay, you take your pistol out.
Yeah.
And make a shot.
27.
Hey.
That'll hit.
I was about to blow his fucking brains out.
Let's see.
10 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hey.
Little retribution for Icillius here.
Yeah, I'm just going to move around, draw my pistol, slowly draw a bead, and pop it right between his eyes.
Okay, he turns towards you for a second, his eyes drooling and his neck sort of leaking this ichor that actually is starting to coagulate pretty quick, and then he goes, Evelios, give me a dex save.
A million.
A
Brain
million?
dead.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're not covered in the brains and gore of this head being popped as it falls over and just dies immediately there. And then you see the troll turn and go,
Oh god.
and it's going to use its reaction right now to gnash wildly
That was his best friend.
at Icillius and Elenia. So I need dex saves from the two of you.
God, what do you use? We'll use the stone.
7.
No.
Strong stone. Nope, not at all.
Okay.
9.
All right.
You got a lot of health right now. You'll be okay.
Ugh.
I don't.
So yeah, bud.
Also, I have to make a concentration check on his
Shield save.
AC, so.
Well, roll higher than a 19.
48 slashing damage from all of these boys spinning around.
Does Death Ward stabilize me, or...
Whenever you take hit points that would bring you down to 0, you hit 1. So you're
at one.
You're
And
at
it's only
1 hit
it's,
point.
it's only one attack,
that's
even though
it.
it's all 5 arms. So technically, you're at 1 hit point.
Yep.
Hey,
So you're not down.
That
it
was a
just
good call.
Slashes around. Yeah.
I
And
think
so-
I kept concentration.
That is
maybe?
also its reaction, however.
It's 18.
So the troll does not have a reaction.
22.
Which damage did you take?
And it has to be half
damage
of
was that?
48.
Half of 48 is 24. You're
Fuck.
2 off.
Damn it.
2 off of what? Are you down?
Concentration
No,
check.
concentration check. I was 2 points off from making it.
is that my armor, then?
Yeah, so you lose the 2.
I have Shield of Faith.
Oh, Shield of Faith. Gotcha. Okay, so next
Okay.
up.
I still have 2 attacks.
Yep.
on
So
that
you're
action.
up still. The professor's after this.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch back to the rapier and use the last 2 on the troll there.
All right, go for it.
28
That'll hit.
for 11
Okay. That's 5.
and 21
That'll hit.
for 8.
So 4. So 9 damage.
And then he used his reaction, so I'm going to back the fuck up.
Okay.
Or no, the cultist still has his though.
He does. You have Thunder
Shit.
Step back, right?
I do.
I don't care if you do that and give. I don't know how much damage it would be.
I'm gonna move 5 feet down so that L is outside of the 10-foot radius,
Gotcha. Okay.
and then I'm gonna thunder step to the opposite side of the giant hole.
Okay. So you move over here just a little bit, and then all the way over here, and with a loud thunder. Is it a dex save for them?
It is.
Okay, so cultist natural 20, and natural 18 for the troll.
Okay, so that's 11.
Whatever that is,
So I
half.
take 16 half to 8 thunder.
Okay, so 8 thunder. Okay. Troll not looking great. Okay. So, that's your turn. Now it is Professor's turn. You guys are looking like you're in good shape.
Might actually
Yeah.
do this.
That shit was a cakewalk compared to the other one.
I'm surprised.
I'm gonna do a 5th level.
Kicking him out of the fight was a really good plan. You did a good
I actually have a
job.
bunch of stuff I haven't
And
burned.
cutting the chain instead of letting him
Cutting the
actually.
chain was very good. It took an extra round.
5th level Agonizar Scorcher, same thing, just a line, same 2.
All right. Yeah. Let's go with dex save. So the first one is, what's your save?
16.
It fails, and the troll succeeds.
Okay, 32 fire damage, half to 16.
Half to 16. Okay, so, what's... Okay... How would you like to do this on the troll?
Oh shit!
It had exactly 16. Its plan was to go over and eat that fucking guy next, so...
Okay.
You can see it. You can see it sort of reaching over towards it.
I try and hit the cultist, and it kind of goes, and it hits the troll unexpectedly. The professor kills it. He didn't intend to kill it in this hit necessarily, but he's pretty impressed that he does. Hole through its chest, maybe.
Okay, so it burns it straight through the chest, and it sort of takes a step, and then it falls over. It has not been able to regenerate this entire time,
We're real good.
and so
High five.
it falls over on the ground, burning. And the other guy is alive. He's still alive. So you have the two
We
guys
did it.
left. Next up is this one, and he is going to, he's going to walk over to it,
Oh no.
and he's going to start cutting into his own arm, trying to feed the thing.
It's fucking dead, isn't it?
Yes.
I was
And
waiting
yes,
for
he
him.
cuts off his own hand, and he takes the hand and he puts it in the troll's mouth. The troll doesn't seem to react. The other one is going
Oh,
to...
they're just stupid.
The other one is going to try to make a strength save, and he fails the ensnaring strike, and you just see him... So next up is Alenia.
Alright.
We're technically still in combat.
I'm gonna go over to the one that cut his hand off.
Okay.
Fly over there.
Alright, just next to him right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess I'm just gonna attack him with Solarion.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
He's not pregnant, it's fine.
Professor says out loud.
Jesus.
Real flexible morals here.
He's trying to kill us. Anyway, that's a 26 to hit.
26 to hit. And for the record, one of his arms was cut off. And he basically like puts the, I forgot to explain this. He puts the saw in between like his knees and holds it
Oh,
with his
he
stump.
has no arms
And he doesn't have
now?
a hand. He cut his hand off.
Oh, I don't know if I feel
try
good
to
about
feed
attacking
it.
somebody who's got no hands.
What's his quality of life going to be?
So
I guess.
So I guess I forgot to
Ah, fuck it.
explain that properly.
I
That's my
don't know
fault.
what he's doing, so I'm gonna try to stop him.
Okay.
With murder! I
Fuck
don't
you.
understand your motives, so I'm gonna have to kill you.
I don't know if I can non-lethally.
No, I get it.
You're like Baltimore police right now.
I'm just giving him shit.
Yeah, that was a sick burn.
You guys are fucking terrible.
You're standing your ground. It's
You
fine.
just tried to burn him, okay?
Alenia Zimmerman.
Fucking
At least he's not wearing a hoodie. God. Then he would have had it coming.
8 damage.
Okay, 8 damage, yeah. Where did I put that pen? There it is.
You literally tried to burn him alive. Just
Oh, I
now.
know. I'm totally giving you shit about it.
So, yeah, no, he's fine. He takes that to the side and he's just slowly sort of like,
I look at him and I'm like, give up. We don't want to hurt any more.
He doesn't understand your words.
I know, but
so, Avelios, you're up, then Anson, then Icillius.
I have a. Do I want to kill him? Just want to end it.
It's up to you.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
He's already pretty much dead anyways.
I like that our reasoning behind killing this last guy is like, fuck it. We're already, whatever.
How bad does
There's
he
2
look?
of them.
How bad does that one guy look?
Well, one of them's
He
tied
looks
up.
bad.
Yeah, see, I'm just gonna put him out of his misery. It's fine.
they're gonna
it's
keep
humane.
attacking us
I
as
know,
soon
I
as
know,
they,
I know.
30.
as soon as they come out.
Yeah. That'll hit.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm just gonna roll 1.
You're using Colossus Slayer?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fuck ton. That's 21.
21 is exactly the amount of hit points he had 1 second ago, and he no longer has those. So you right through his head with a nice, satisfying, and you pop it through the front.
You gonna keep the last guy alive?
Nah, I'll put him out of his misery.
Okay, so you walk around.
You guys can't give me shit.
You got another attack.
Yeah, that's 25.
25 will hit. As we run the cleanup crew on this.
18.
18, not quite enough. As he's... You actually have advantage on that. Because he's restrained. No more?
27.
As long as it's not a crit.
Yeah.
And he just goes... And next up is Anson. Who's going to... What does he speak? Doesn't speak the language either. He's gonna go over here. He's gonna look. He's gonna look back at him. And he's just going to... Right across his throat. Yeah, he's dead.
Slow about it.
He's dead. He dies and he's still ensnared in the top, and then he falls over, and then the vines that were covering him slowly wither away and die. And
Alright.
so
We need to see what's behind the curtain.
We are technically out.
Who wants to be the first to look
I'll do
behind
it.
the
I'm gonna
curtain?
look behind the
Actually, I'm
curtain.
gonna divine
Can I-
sense
can I-
before you do that.
Come back from the brink of death first.
That's true. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna lay on hands.
That was a good sting.
I'm gonna lay on hands you for fuck. How much do I have? It's 10, and then I'll give you another 12 for my other healing hand, so you get 22.
You guys did a much better job in this fight than the last one. Much better.
Do we have potions
Teleport
or anything,
arrows, man.
guys?
That shit's clutch.
That shit was clutch.
I have potions on me if anyone needs.
I'm gonna use Theodore.
Oh yeah, we have Theodore.
You do have
I haven't used
Theodore.
it.
So you go to your wrist, type a couple buttons, and a small drone pops out. And you sort of... And you command him to cure wounds on you.
Yeah.
Okay. How many rounds was he available for?
6.
Okay. He has like 3 cure wounds on him, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a maximum written down, but
Yeah,
3
I
is
didn't.
fine.
I didn't write his slots down. I forgot to do that when you bought them. It's 3 though.
First one is 4 plus 2 for 6.
Okay.
9 plus 2 for 11, so 17 total.
Okay.
And then 12 plus 14, so 31 more.
Okay. So he, and then he comes over to you and sort of goes, boop, 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 3 times as he sort of pecks you with this magical touch, and then he folds back up, and he goes back into your wrist.
All right, before we just walk into this curtain, I'm gonna walk up to the edge of it and then divine sense.
Okay.
See if I can tell if there are any undead or anything behind that curtain.
Behind the curtain, there does not seem to be
Undead fiend.
any undead.
Celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. I'd be able to.
No. Nope.
And no consecrated or desecrated places?
This whole place had a feeling of desecration until that thing died.
Okay. Alright, guys. Well, there's nothing.
There's definitely the leftover remnants. Like, it's kind of like you had stinky trash
And you
then
threw
you
it out
took
and
it
there's
out,
a-
but there's still
yeah.
a little bit of a hint. But it's not nearly as strong. Over next to him, though, your divine sense, you still get a strong presence from the bony, gray-skinned presence, even though it's
Alright.
dead.
Well, guys, there's nothing behind that curtain.
I'm
I
gonna
think
walk
that's
behind the
about
curtain.
to jump out at us, so.
What do I see behind the meat curtain?
I don't even want to go back
Okay,
there.
so
Tell me.
you open the meaty curtain, and
We're
you
gonna
see
just
a pretty grisly
Ads
scene.
invoked.
I almost said something. I was like, no.
At the far right of the room, on my side of the table, you see a strong-looking cage made of pine and mud. Also inside there, you see a tiny dark green skinned individual slumped in the corner.
Is the crying still here?
Nope. And you see a single tusk protruding from the lower jaw. And it seems to be both muddy and bloody. It also looks very emaciated as you kind of move closer. To the left of the cage seems to be a small area with tools on it, many of which are rusty and covered in blood and other bits of gore. There's like strips of something on there. And also there's a pine and tar chair of sorts. It's very tall. Seems like maybe the troll was sitting in it for some time. And other than that, inside here are just many of those effigies, all hanging from the ceiling. Probably 4 dozen of them just hanging from the ceiling. Some torches, and that's about it right now. As you kind of look over the situation, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
20.
20. Okay. Looking over it and just kind of taking stock of the situation, it seems pretty obvious where the pieces of people were going. It was going to the troll, to kind of feed it, like a weird culty thing surrounding this troll, and then there's this dead thing. You don't really know what that was. Right now Anson is over top of it, kind of looking it over. It looks like, judging by the remains in the area, that right now what is being primarily fed on is orcs and not humanoids. The whimpering that you heard earlier, it doesn't seem that you guys made it up in time. It was a young but not child, like teenage orc male. It was kind of in between. It's kind of what you would call prepubescent, so almost 12-ish, maybe, in human years. Orcs advance a little differently, so it was still quite muscular, although it was very underfed. It definitely had been taken apart a little bit. You had heard some squelching earlier, and so probably what happened was when you heard the whimpering, that process had already taken place, and it was during your long rest when this sort of was occurring.
Sure.
Shit.
As far as the stuff on the table, many of the tools are used. There are strips of skin, some of which are human, but many are orc. As you look back over to the guys that were trying to feed themselves to the troll, some of that isn't there. Some of it is orc. They're trying to graft different pieces as they try to feed bits of themselves, but also repair it. It's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, just feed the orcs to them. Seems a little
And then
complicated.
Anson kind of calls you guys over, and he looks at it. the bony, gray-skinned being that had 3 arms. This is a disamortum.
A what?
They're undead. It's a mixture of an actual monstrosity that's summoned and a construct of sorts. It's not necessarily made in the same way as a golem, but they're made by necromancers, usually to spread an undead plague slowly. So it's probably how that necromancer out here got so many undead. But it seems, in my experience, they obey orders from necromancers. But they don't die after the thing that made them is killed.
But they're intelligent enough to continue.
They're extremely intelligent. For something like that. Not as intelligent as you or I. They can't necessarily do math, but they can certainly hunt in packs. And they can dismember. They know enough to cut things apart. It seems... I don't know. They usually collect body parts from victims and keep them in that sack. And part of that is intimidation. It's a grisly act, and the necromancers can use those parts to make things. But this troll here I've seen this happen before. One time. It's called a dire troll. It's trolls that get so desperate they feed on other trolls.
That was pretty good timing.
Unexpected timing. When they feed on other trolls like this, that's why you see other troll heads on it.
Sure.
And these two beings must have encountered each other at some point, and then these people here formed a religion around it.
That's bizarre.
It is bizarre. These people out here are Barrow folk. Are
Rubes.
they're not smart.
Yeah.
They're very superstitious, and something like this probably sparked it. That makes
Gotcha.
sense. And it usually tries to build a body trophy, and I think that's what it was doing with the dire troll.
Mm-hmm.
But a trophy that can walk around is even more satisfying, I guess, than one that can't.
This is all just...
It's pretty fucked.
This
so,
is gross. God. You know what concerns me?
Yeah?
Oh, God.
Are there more?
You know, all the women either had babies or were pregnant, which makes me think they were
They were
intentionally
just
having
using the
children.
babies.
I could be wrong about this.
No,
The fact
you're
that they all
probably
have either
right.
kids or were pregnant or both
They were feeding it.
implies a breeding situation to me,
Oh no.
which is pretty fucked.
So I saved a baby from being harvested.
Okay, I don't know about that.
still not justified.
Because the babies that are still downstairs are
Are
not
not being
dead, and they're
harvested
not
now.
going to be
And
harvested.
don't get any ideas. Just because they're not dead now doesn't mean they should be.
Oh, God.
Don't even ask why.
That's not the worst of it, guys.
I will slap you.
Wait.
Oh, no.
No,
What's
that's not the
worse?
worst of it.
What?
They usually try to seek out their own kind. I can't imagine there's more than one right now. There's usually not. It takes a pretty powerful necromancer, and I think the guy that was around here was the most powerful. And word is, some adventurers took care of him down in Gygax. I imagine that's you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if that guy's truly gone,
Yep.
which it seems like he is based on the fact that this one isn't following orders, that could be good news. Actually killed him. It's hard to actually kill necromancers sometimes. So, maybe
We never even thought about that.
Maybe that's...
He did have followers that we had to cripple in the woods that we've never heard from again, and we never heard of
That
any
was
other
a different
followers.
necromantic cult, wasn't it?
I thought it was connected.
No, it was different.
It was
okay.
different.
I didn't know
We
anything
never
about this.
ran into that guy ever again. And that revenant is still out there.
Yeah. He
Maybe-
might have died 5 years ago. He was in prison with us. Remember? He
No,
might
but
have, who knows?
5 years later was when his cult came back to attack us, right?
But he wasn't there. the friends were there with Peter, the Revenant, literally saying, like, we're getting revenge for Peter. It didn't necessarily imply... at least I didn't get anything from that interaction that implied that...
We just have a Revenant hunting us.
Alright, I'm really out of the loop on this.
Yep.
Okay, anyway, I was going to tell you bad news. So, the reason it collects things, and he kind of looks down at it, is to make that mask that it's wearing. And it's usually slow. It usually takes months. But I think it came to the right people to get enough pieces. The mask is pretty close to indestructible. And he points down to it, and you can kind of see the ties on it are wearing away, and it's trying to come off of the face.
Wait, is the mask sentient?
The mask is not sentient, no.
Okay.
But it's going to be magical, and it's going to have a necromantic and an enchanted thing going on.
Dagger.
You're lucky I'm here, though. Don't take it as a trophy. It's not good. It's not even interesting. You don't want this.
Can we destroy it?
Can we destroy it?
I don't know if we can destroy it, but we shouldn't leave it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can take it, you can take it. Don't put it on.
Clearly.
Do we have any more of those
You say
containment
clearly.
spheres?
Ketchum spheres.
Doesn't
We'd have
the
to talk
Ketchum
to
sphere
Sig.
have something in it?
It has the Necromancer's magic book
Oh.
in it right now. It's
That
already
should-
being used to contain
That
some
should
sort of
stay in there.
some sort of
no,
evil.
that's-
One last bit of maybe bad news. This might not be the only creation left behind from that whole thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I don't know for sure at all. I hear stuff about the woods all the time. That's why we're here. But there is possibly some good news too. And this is a pretty hardcore monster that we just offed.
I was going to ask that question.
So, I have a question to ask you. How's the transformation going?
Great.
Okay.
Transformation.
Before
Do you want to explain to him?
Before you met us, Anson helped Avelios learn some abilities, which is why you can use his blood to enchant his weapons, and he looks a little bit different than when we first met
I used to be
him.
all white
He used to have green eyes,
and green eyes.
Okay.
but whatever they did changed him.
Yeah. Okay, so I can use the blood from this, a little bit of it, and make another decoction, and we can solidify that. And you'll be stronger if you'd like to.
Let's do it.
Didn't you need blood for the katanas?
To make them.
It's not going to take a lot from, I don't know what you're talking about for that.
Sure. Okay.
We needed to find something.
Functionally, how this would work is we would delete the overlapping part of your ranger class.
Mm-hmm.
I think from level 4, you said?
Yeah. It overlaps at 5.
So we'll take 5 and 6 out of the ranger.
I only have 5.
You only have 5?
I stopped at 5.
Okay, so we'll take 5 out, and you'll add a blood hunter.
Okay.
And on top of that, this is going to give you dark vision.
Okay.
Ooh.
So what are your eyes right now? Red?
Red.
They're going to change to yellow.
Okay.
Like a deeper yellow, but the red around your pupils will stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
He also doesn't know if this, because it's basically a mutagen as well. He also doesn't know if there's going to be any side effects. So you're going to have to make a constitution check when it happens. But
yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at me like that. What are you looking
I'm
at
just
like
worried
that
about
for?
you.
Okay.
It's like giving me the mom look.
He goes
No,
on.
no, I'm.
Let's take the body with us. Do you want me to take the mask, or do you want to take the mask?
We should have him take the mask.
I can
Are
take
you
the
sure?
mask.
'Cause we could
I
probably
could
find a way
take
to
it.
destroy it.
Let me put it in my bag, so it doesn't touch anything. We'll just.
Well, I don't want to touch it.
Okay, I'll touch it.
Do you have anything that can contain something, like a box?
Mm-mm.
Not right now.
I wouldn't put it with your other stuff. It can spoil it the way like a bad banana peel spoils
Do you
bread.
have a way to keep
Okay,
it safe
I'll
on
just.
I have...
Can I go into the Hartnell and see if I have like just get a
Just a
box
container
or
of some
you know what I
kind?
mean? Just
Sure,
like-
he cut the chain, so it's going to take a little bit
Yeah,
of a
I
trip.
cut the
but
chain.
That's fine.
You can use the ropes a little bit, or you can try to reattach the chain using mending.
I can fly over to the
course
Hartnell
of a
if you
little
want.
bit.
Sure. What?
It'd
she
take
can-
about
she can-
15 minutes, or she can go.
She can do it.
I'll go run and see if there's a box somewhere. Just tell me
Sure.
where to go.
Okay, you're going to make an investigation check with disadvantage. Because the Hartnell is
Yeah,
vast.
I know.
Okay, so you fly down. Disadvantage investigation check.
8.
8. You don't find a box or anything, but you do find it's a pole. It's like a metal, a very light metal pole. It seems to have like a trigger, kind of like Julia, and on the end it has a claw.
There's a grabby!
Okay.
And he has one of those.
Okay. I run out with a grabby claw and fly
Okay.
back up.
She does have. You would know.
The professor is very excited to see this. Where did you find that?
It was just like-
I've been looking
it was
everywhere.
under the console area, taped to the platform.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was
it's
just
for
there.
emergency situations where you need to grab things 2 feet away from you, but you can't move.
Right.
Oh.
I didn't think
Where
about
you
that.
come from, elderly folks use those more often than not.
Hey, they don't know
Pick
that.
up their remote
Oh.
controls or something.
Well,
So I take it and I
I'll
grab.
grab it.
Okay.
Let me handle cursed things here.
I literally
you guys
took no
have bad
hits during
track
the fight.
record. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm also resistant
no.
to things. but
Still, though, that won't solve your spoiling
I
issue.
figure. No, I'm just gonna grab it and we're gonna walk back to the Hartnell.
Yeah.
Then
With
we'll
it
look
in
for
there.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It was not fine. I forget that at the beginning of this it does a sting, so every 10 minutes it's gonna go. So anyway, he wants to take the body. He asked you to explain why you need the rest of it, though.
So the guy that made my katanas, they're bounded to me by my blood. If I
You reheat them up.
reheat them up
And
in
quench
this
them.
blood and quench them with the blood, they'll get
Okay,
stronger.
go ahead and roll.
But it needs enough blood.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
That's pretty good.
I don't know if it'll have enough blood.
19.
Okay. I want to be there while you do it, though, and I want to dispose of this
Deal.
properly
Sure.
after.
I agree.
That's fair.
Also, we need to dispose of the troll. We need
Okay.
to burn it. All of it.
right now.
I can
Can I just-
start burning
It died
it.
from fire, but we need to burn the whole thing.
I can burning hands at will. I'll just.
Frankly, we should do this outside, though.
Okay.
If
Okay.
they find pieces of this thing, I don't know how they're going to act. Also,
Sure.
how are we dealing with those women downstairs?
Uh,
Also,
could put-
I don't know if there's more people outside of this. This seems like a large complex.
We could just put everything in the Hartnell and use it to leave without even going through the front door and
That's
not
fine.
dealing with the women.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with
being
that.
honest.
I'm fine
I
with
have
that.
a feeling they might try to run and find others. Hopefully.
I don't know how you want to deal with that. I don't usually give a shit. But
We did the. We left
we
them
can't
money.
speak to them.
We
They're
can't-
terrified of us, and they
Okay.
don't. We don't.
It
know their
wouldn't help.
language.
it's fine. Okay. So let's get in your box.
Okay.
Are we
Barrel
dragging this
thing.
troll corpse with us?
You can fit it in your bags of holding thing. You have the haversacks, right?
Actually, here you hold the mask, and I'll just grab
grab it
the.
with the
I
thing.
have a feeling the troll corpse. I don't want to put that in my bag either.
Yeah.
I'll just drag the troll corpse with me. I have
That's
enough
fine.
strength.
You have enough strength to do that easily. Anson's got a strength of 14. He can carry the bone guy, the Dissimortum. He doesn't know what they called it though. Other than that, but
Heads up, hope you guys enjoyed being stealthy while it lasted.
You no longer have pass
I
without
lose
choice.
my second level spell slots.
it's the choice you got to make. So
Yep.
you don't have
Sure.
to, but you can.
No, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Okay. So you go downstairs. 2 bodies in tow. You have the Hartnell. Where do you want to go?
Good
Do
question.
this
Just
process?
right outside of the this barrel.
No, because we gotta travel somewhere and do the thing for his swords, and Anson's gotta be there. So we should just.
Well, you were just at Marengo, so.
We could.
Well, we have to burn this thing.
Sure.
So north of Marengo was where you guys had some open space last time, next to the beach, next to the Fey Gate.
Yeah.
Okay, we
if
can.
you guys
That's-
want to do
As
that.
long
Kind
as
of
there's a
seclude
place to
us.
burn this.
Yeah, it was a pretty secluded beach area. The only reason it wasn't as secluded is because that war party came down from the
Okay.
north.
Sure.
Yeah, let's
But-
go there.
So you don't have to go there. I'm just
No, it sounds like it's
It's a good
nearby
place.
Marengo
Secluded
is
in a
where
sense,
is
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
That's fine.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys, it's well known enough to where you can teleport. Go ahead and roll your dice anyway. Percentile.
Oh yeah. I see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. 29.
29. Okay. No, that's a little bit. I think it's 24
Okay.
when it's well known like this. To if it's not, it's not. You're not far away anyway. It'd be a
Okay.
short walk regardless.
Why?
I'm using it for my side effect.
So you are.
Friendship D20.
Hold on. We're not doing that.
No,
yet.
I'm just grabbing one.
Okay, so you guys go to just north of Marengo. There's a little beach. It's almost like a cove, as it sort of gets. I was gonna say the word cliffy. There are many cliffs, kind of in the area, and
Would you say it's like fjords?
no.
Oh.
Were you trying to?
Said many cliffs.
Yeah, well, it's more like Ireland. Is that a fjord? But not as high
Not
up.
Ireland.
Right. It's not like Nightstone.
Nordic.
Nightstone has like a
big
55 foot
Yeah.
to 100-foot cliff.
So it's like
Depending on
little
where
bitty-
you're at on that slope. It's not like that. It's just kind of like really sheer drop-offs. Kind of like Lake Michigan, where it has many sheer drops to a rocky beach.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except there's a little bit of a beach down there where the fake ape was. So you head over there, and you're kind of secluded. You can set up a fire. How do you want to do whatever?
I'm gonna drag this corpse out and find a way
So
to burn
in
it.
your workshop, you do have enough stuff to kind of help him with the smithing process.
Okay.
You need to find a place.
But
to put the
because he
knives.
has
I
to,
know I will.
you should probably set that up outside
Okay.
a little bit. Just because you can kind of get a bellows going, and you can kind of bring out equipment for this kind of thing.
Okay.
It's just due to the body, but you can bring it in the workshop if you'd like.
Outside.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll do it outside. We should do the other thing in the medical bay.
Okay.
What other? Oh,
The blood.
Your side effect.
Yeah.
Thing. That's probably a good idea. Says Anson.
Did we grab that Santa's bag of limbs?
You can have. That's fine.
Okay.
is that?
Are you
your
gonna go search for your
priority?
hand? Are you
Yeah.
just okay? Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh shit.
In like 2 levels, I could stitch it back on you.
13.
You're pretty sure it's yours. It's weird that you know your hand when it's attached, but once it's off of your body, it's something else that's not you. And so, like, it kind of looks like it matches up. It's definitely your skin tone. It's definitely human.
Did he have a
It
wedding
is
ring?
it is bruised and swollen, and so it's a little. I mean, it went through a lot of trauma. There's not a lot of blood in it at this point, so it's just kind of like from the trauma that it experienced right before it got cut off. It's pretty fucked up. It seems like it'd be perfectly functional, but it is starting to get a little ripe.
But wait, does he have a wedding ring? would be
Were
on
you
that
wearing your
hand.
wedding ring?
That would be, yeah.
Okay, this does not have a wedding ring on it, but it does have a place where a wedding ring would have gone, tan-wise. You don't know? It's not inconceivable that something took
No, your
a wedding
ring's
ring.
gone. Yeah, I know. I just.
You can also
That's
just go
sad.
through the rest of the bag if someone else wants to help.
While they
got a
while they
ring
do
for
that,
ya.
assuming he tentatively assumes this is his hand, I'm gonna like take it and put it in the Hartnell in some sort of freezer or or like
Oh,
cold,
God.
like the bar would
Cold
You
have.
have the
storage?
bar. You can put it on ice.
I will put it on ice.
Oh,
But you don't
God,
have, like, a
that's
freezer.
gross.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I assumed was gonna
Yeah,
happen.
you have like the ice from the bar in the Hartnell.
That's what I'll
So you
do.
open up the thing and you kind of look at it. Do you want to grab a bucket or just put it right in there?
I'll put it in there. That's fine.
And you go.
Oh,
And you shut it. And you kind of cover it with some more ice.
gross.
For all intents and purposes, it's like when they do transplants, they have it in the bucket.
I'll write a little note and I'll stick it on the ice thing. that
Don't
says,
use the.
Don't use ice. Chilling hand.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you tell everybody about that, or do you?
No, I'll let the note speak for itself.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's what the note's for. I don't want to talk to people about it.
Absolutely. So,
Gross.
Professor walks back out and says, "Hands preserved." Did you want to look through the rest of the bag? I mean, it's just a gore bag.
All help. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and you can
see if my ring is in there.
roll one more investigation check.
Okay. 23.
23. Okay, so you're rolling that, and you look around, and then you think, oh god. And you look over to the troll, and sure enough, on it, about right here, is a left hand with a wedding ring on it. Attached to its body.
I looked at Firstly, I go to Anson. If I cut this off this thing and reattach it to him, is there going to be any issue?
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know.
I could try. Okay, if there's any kind of curse, I could.
It's not
try
a
to
curse.
remove
It's just
it, or-
biological.
I know, but
I
like
mean,
I'm still. All
if
right.
there's
Okay,
anything
I'm
No,
gonna.
foul-
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You need to cut. You need to make sure there's no troll on it.
Okay.
You need to. So this is going to be a medical check.
Okay.
Do you want help?
He
with
has
that?
in the medical bay. You have surgeon's tools.
I can't help you. I'm.
You can both help each other.
Sure.
You're both proficient in it. It's up to you. Whoever
What's your
wants
medicine plus?
6.
Okay, yours is slightly higher than
Whoever
mine.
wants to take care of it can take care
Oh
of
God!
it. There's a DC. You don't know it, and you won't know it. So you get advantage on this as he helps. Do you want to put masks on and robes and shit?
I
Yes.
Okay, so he's in full surgeon getup. You're kind of in your armor. He hands you a scalpel, which is a tiny knife to you. You look at it and you go, all right.
Okay.
And so he says, be very careful. And he's kind of guiding you. You know some medical terminology. You're proficient in it, but it's more of a
Wait.
jack of all tradesy sort of, I love to try everything.
Yeah.
So you don't like real life Randy could tell you how to do this. Real life, I keep forgetting. Real life Randy can teach you how to do this. He cannot. He is a fake doctor. Professor kind of gives you the Grey's Anatomy gist.
Fuck.
I also have trained in medicine.
So it's like a fake
So you're
doctor.
trained,
just-
but again, his terminology doesn't really make sense to you.
Yeah.
You guys don't use words like metatarsal.
Okay, we're gonna try.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
one of
good
those
thing
is
you
a
had
1.
advantage.
The other one is a 17.
Okay. You think you've done a pretty good job. It doesn't seem... It's certainly not a bad job. It's certainly not a hack job. There was a little bit of growth coming up that was green. And so you cut away. And so it's not... You seem to have lost a little bit of wrist, but you think like a restoration spell would help you cover that ground. And it would be fully functional. So you have that, and you put that in the... Do you want to put that in the ice?
Or can
Yes.
we put that back on him now?
Or is the other one on the ice?
Take that other
I'll
one
just
out.
take them. Can I just throw the other one in there too, and then write
Yeah.
an S at the end of hands on the hand on the note?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna take my ring off that hand first.
Okay. Are you putting it on
Just pocket it for now.
your currently attached hand, or?
No, I'm just gonna pocket it for now.
Okay, so you have your ring on you.
Backup hand.
Well, no. My actual thought is, if we need to is it safe to attach it to him? We could get like an animal or something and attach the other. No, the other hand wasn't attached to
Yeah.
the thing though. I need to get another hand. I need to get a third hand off of the troll.
Do you want me to cut another
So I
hand
can-
off?
A human-looking hand.
A human-looking
Okay,
hand.
the only other one, because you rolled like a 24.
Don't
on your
attach that to
investigation.
some animal.
You can. There's a right hand that is humanoid,
Sure.
and it's female.
Okay.
So it's not exactly control
Let him do
perfect,
his
but
thing.
We have to test if it's safe for him.
That's valid.
I don't
No,
want to
that's
graft
really.
a hand onto some other creature.
You're right. We should do it before we know it's safe on him. What is that? What do you want me to do?
What other creature would be able to carry a human hand?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Are we gonna
There's
capture
lots
a
of
bear?
things. I'll find something that has the same connectors. It's fine.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Bear, not a human.
Bear. Good. We
We'd
can find
have
a
to-
bear.
What? No, I'm saying I don't know if that works. How
Yeah, we would have to get another human.
Not necessarily. I'll
Anyway,
figure something out.
okay, I'm not gonna be part of this argument. You guys just cut whatever off you want.
No,
And then I gotta burn it.
No, I'm
I gotta
going to
burn
burn
it.
it now.
I'm gonna go try. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut that
Go ahead and
hand
make a
off.
medicine check.
I'm gonna burn you. Alright,
21.
burning hands.
21?
Yeah.
That's a good fucking job, actually. You're kind of hacking away at this, and you're like, ah! You're like, It's pretty good, and then you take it and put it on ice.
All right, I
The
put it on
right
ice.
hand of a female woman.
Can I lock this ice box somehow?
Oh yeah, it's got
Yeah,
the
arcane
padlocks
lock.
on them.
Okay, I would like
You
to
do.
lock it.
You have arcane lock, don't you?
I
On
do.
your
It's got an
staff?
arcane lock, and it's got a padlock.
I think a normal lock is fine.
Most
I'll
ice
bust
chests
that
like that
off.
have locks. Yeah, so that's fine. You can lock it. You don't necessarily know where the key is, but you'll figure that out later.
Buzzkill
Sure.
on ya.
Bar key.
All right, I'm
not
dragging
around.
this corpse out and burning it.
Okay, so you and Anson burn it. We don't have to roll for that. He knows how to burn these things.
I also can just cast Burning Hands.
We don't
I
have
will,
to.
so.
He's got to. I mean, you can, but you don't have to.
I will.
That's fine. Okay, so magic flame and natural flame
Yeah.
are burning this thing to cinders outside. Now you have the other thing.
Yeah.
As that burns, he's like, "Okay, you got this." All right.
Yeah.
Do you just need the blood separate?
Is that how he described to me? You had to get the blood
Yeah,
and you
it was
just...
the
You need
blood.
the like
Quench the
gallons
sword in the
of
blood.
blood.
Yeah,
And you
Okay.
quench it in the blood.
So he's like, "All right, go up there, and there's a tree up there." And he's like, "Tie this," and he hands you his hempen rope.
Mhm.
Tie this to the there's a big thick
Yeah.
limb kind of coming out a little bit.
Mhm.
Tie it up there.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, he ties it to the feet. He goes, pull, and you guys kind of like pull it and then tie it around the base
So
again.
we're basically hanging a deer.
Oh,
You're hanging the deer upside down.
You're slitting a.
He cuts it, and this thick black stuff comes out, and I'm assuming you have buckets and shit
Yeah.
all over the place.
Sure.
But you need a tallish one.
Yeah.
So go and roll an investigation check, see how well this bucket looks. You get to with advantage. Well,
27.
Do you need advantage?
No.
Okay. You get to make advantage on investigations in the Hartnell.
Paint a box for the mask.
No, I'm gonna try and make a lead one. It's magic. Just
Yeah,
in
you
case.
would need lead
Yeah.
to cover the magic.
But for right
Which
now,
I'll do.
paint one.
So
I'm still holding on to the mask.
you could paint a box.
It wouldn't be
technically.
lead though, and it concerns
It would
me.
definitely not be lead.
Yeah.
But it would
I'll
be
wait.
better than nothing right now.
Wait,
I
look
just told it.
Look up something's marvelous pigments it's an official item, so it might actually be
Okay.
able to make lead. Because it can make some other stuff. It just the value isn't there.
Sure.
Like you can't make really expensive gems, but it might be able to make lead. So just check. It's a wizard's name, marvelous pigments. I don't
Yeah, I'm already on it.
Okay. So yeah, he hangs it. You find a perfectly sized vessel for quenching. It's a nice tall barrel. And he starts, and it's just thick. It comes out like chocolate ganache.
Ugh.
It's like very thick. It's almost sappy. And it smells bad. It smells like kind of like that weird sweetness of infection, that grapey sort of gross infection smell.
Yeah.
But not.
That's Pseudomonas.
Yeah, that's the one. And then, but not white and pussy, just like dark black, almost a purpley hue to it when light catches it. And he hangs it upside down, drains the blood, and takes about 5-6 minutes because it's so thick. It's like, all right, I'm gonna toss this. Do you need this body for anything, or I'm tossing this on the
Nope,
fire?
just the blood.
All right, you guys untie it. He unties it, and he tosses it on the fire on top of the troll, and it starts to go as it sizzles. It's not making noises itself. It's just the skin is like high moisture.
I'm gonna make sure.
When you touch it, it's like cold and damp.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure, like, stay there and make sure that they burn completely
yeah.
while this is going on.
And they seem to be, as you sort of add burning hands to the fire every once in a while, to kind of, as a little fuck you, but also insurance policy. So you have all you need. You do know mostly the forging technique. He just told you to turn it on and make it hot and then quench it. Is that what you want to do?
Yep, we'll do that first.
Okay, so you want to do that before the...
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to take a good 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there anything anybody wants to do during 4 hours of him basically stoking a fire hot enough to get it to the point where your rose metal will turn on, and then you have to quench it multiple times?
I want to make the box, whether it be paint or otherwise. What it says for the paint is basically if it's worth more than 25 gold
I should
pieces,
change
it's a
the view.
forgery.
Oh, are we still on?
Yeah. We're over here now.
Yeah. So
I have a dice
would a
for
leaden box be worth more or less?
It's on the ground.
Oh. I'm wide open. That was a really good throw. Good job.
Would a lead box be worth more or less 25 gold pieces? Because if it's less, it can reproduce it. If it's more, it cannot.
I'll say for a mask that size, you can get a thin amount of lead
At least
with
to
a
line
wooden
it.
outside.
Okay, that's fine. I'll
So
do that
you
then.
can get about a 1-inch
And I want to have
lined
the spot
box.
for like a lock.
Go ahead
too,
and
so
roll
I
a
can also
performance
lock it.
check, because of course you are painting this into being with your magnificent pigments.
God damn it!
You got Lucky
Did you
Rabbit's
use all your
face,
luck?
and you have a luck point
Fuck
left.
it! I don't think we're doing anything else big today. Hopefully,
I don't know.
That's slightly better, I guess.
Oh,
You have a Lucky Rabbit's face as well if you'd like to add that.
you should do it.
14.
14. It's a decent box. When you close the lid, it does that sort of thing where it's not really aligned perfect. So it's a little frustrating, but you think you can arcane lock it shut.
Okay.
So you use the grabber to put that in there. It's pretty good dimensions. It's not quite perfect where you got to kind of like pop it down a little bit. You didn't quite make it the right size, but that should hold it. And do you want to arcane lock it?
Yeah.
I think you can ritual cast that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you take 10 minutes during this time to arcane lock it. Seems solid.
Oh, before I do that, at some point, can I cast Identify on this as well, just to see what its
School of
deal
Magic?
is? I don't know.
Oh, I see. Identify.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Go ahead and make an Arcana check with that to try to, because it's a cursed items.
We're gonna have a fucking airmill 2.0.
9.
9. Okay. When you look at it, you kind of want to put it on.
Oh no!
You don't, but you kind of want to.
Fuck. I knew
Not
it.
two
I called it
games.
just
I'm
now.
gonna write another note and put it on the box. Do not trust mask. Very sneaky.
Okay, so you put a thing on there. All right.
Next thing you know, he's gonna wake up in the middle of the night. It's whispering.
And then I'll put it.
swear
God,
to
where in the heart do I want to put this? Somewhere in the workshop. I'll.
Are you sure you don't want to leave it with
can I
me
make
or something?
yet another box in the workshop? Doesn't have to be lead. That's bigger that I can then put this box
Oh,
in.
you have like. You have storage space.
He did not.
This is never not funny.
It's ominous.
Throwing it out there, never not funny.
All right, so I'll put that box in another box,
Yeah.
and then I'll lock that box.
I think I'll change the song now.
Do you want to put that like in my room or something? Where you
I won't fuck with it. It's in a box in a
You're gonna
box.
have to
It's
change
fine.
the overlay now. For me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. A lot's gonna
that's
be
fine.
changing,
I'll update stuff as we go.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely another chest in there
Okay.
or something.
I'll just call this like Evil Bony Mask.
That's absolutely fine. Evil Bony Mask. I don't even know if I have a name for it. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have an official name, but I want you to wear it. It's kind of like Jim Carrey's The Mask in that
Oh
way.
no!
It
You
doesn't-
look at it and it sucks you in.
I can assure you, it doesn't. When you look at it, it doesn't look nearly as fun.
It's not all shiny and rainbow on the inside.
Yeah. So,
How have they not remade the mask yet? With
They
all the,
did.
With all
One
the,
time.
No, that
Didn't
was
they?
that was a sequel, not
Oh,
a
it was a
remake.
are
sequel.
we doing this?
I was just saying.
And then the dog
Like
had
it's a
it.
great. The comic.
Chat, find out which The Mask movies exist.
No, the comic book is great. I'm surprised they just never remade it. That's all I'm
I think
saying.
I think they talked about it coming back. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
So, go ahead and with advantage, why don't you roll an? This is the first time you've done it. Roll an Arcana.
Oh no. 13.
13. Okay. You're gonna get minor effects from this, but still an effect. Okay. So you do this and you quench a little bit, and now when you roll a critical, it's basically sword of sharpness properties minus the automatic damage.
Okay, so it's just.
So when you roll a critical, roll again. If you roll a 19 or a 20, roll a d6, and then you'll dismember. You'll take a piece off of something you're fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Written down.
Yeah, so that's a secondary effect. The plus or minus doesn't change. It's still +1.
Okay.
and you still get the normal properties from everything else. Mm-hmm. So that's it. Who's typing to me? Don't do it. So yeah.
Okay.
So after the process, you come out and someone typed again.
Now they're just gonna do
Wow,
it for
spike
attention.
typing. I'll have to. After this, I'll mute my desktop sounds. So while it is still a rosy colored steel, when you hold it up, because you spend so much time with them, when you hold it up and you kind of spin it, the very edge is like inky black, and then the tip of it is black. Mm-hmm. And so it seems to have the this is gonna be called Surgeon's Boon.
I like that.
Because now that you've tapped into the essence of it, it called itself the Surgeon.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah.
The sword did, or just the effect?
the creature.
The creature.
Oh. Okay.
In whatever
Gross.
language it spoke.
So, judging by this, does that mean it can happen with multiple creatures then?
Based on that, you can replace.
Okay.
So as you move forward, you can, and this affects both because technically each sword is
The same.
itself.
Yeah.
So they are both the same sword
Yep.
that was split into two. So yeah, you're anytime you decide to, you can change it, not knowing what's going to be there. And after a certain number of times doing this, you'll become proficient in the process and so on.
Cool.
Other than that, he's like, okay, during that 4 hours, he's mixed the mutagen, and if you want to do this, let's do it. And but we should strap you down.
In the med bay.
First thing,
Okay.
you're coming with me. It's just us three, just in case. I
Okay.
don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
But at least you can.
Just
Try
us
something.
three?
Yeah.
You don't want these two here?
No.
All right.
You think we'll need them?
Well, I don't.
That's fine.
It's just, I don't know what can happen, and she can at least keep me alive if something bad happens. So
Fair enough. Okay.
do it.
All right. So take time to strap you down. It's just a normal medical bed, so it's just got like the Velcro straps. Because he comes from a time where Velcro is a thing. And
It's amazing. It sticks to itself.
yeah. Imagine if we put this on shoes. So you strap him down. I mean, you are very secure. It would take quite the strength
And I don't have that strength.
save to get out of there. Icillius, did you want to do anything during those 4 hours just to make sure?
I'm just gonna hunt down like a necklace chain and then put the ring on that and put it around my neck.
Okay. I'm sure the professor has something like that. Go. Do you want to ask him for one, or do you just want to go yourself?
Yeah, I'll ask him. We have free time.
Don't
Okay.
I have an old one?
Do you have an old one?
I think I have an old one because I got a
that
mithril
your
chain
bag?
from my necklace. I got a mithril chain from my necklace and I had the old chain.
Was the old chain in your bag of holding?
No, I got it after.
Oh, did you?
Remember? We
Yeah.
found it after the bag of holding.
Okay, then you
was-
have one.
So,
Unless you want the professor to look for one.
doesn't matter.
No, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of chain was it?
It was just a normal silver chain.
Just a normal silver.
Yeah.
It's not real silver, it's silver coated.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was a cheap
it was a
chain.
little cheapo. But yeah, so it's you got a nice chain that can go around your neck. I assume you're putting the ring on there?
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Okay.
And put the ring on and put the necklace on.
Alright.
Don't you have armor to repair?
Not
His,
with one hand.
his tinkering is with
true.
disadvantage right
Good.
now.
Oh.
Still with proficiency.
Could the professor technically?
You and the professor could double team that since you're both proficient in tinkering.
Doubled.
You could devil's triangle that. Just promise me you guys won't boof. Topical jokes!
This is definitely dated itself
Okay,
now.
yeah,
For anyone
I'll do
watching
that
later.
if Professor's willing to help.
Okay, 2 years from now, when they go back, when we're obviously doing live conferences in New York,
Or wherever, just,
fucking Punxsutawney. Yes, with the gopher!
Groundhog.
It's a gopher. I don't know the difference.
It's called Groundhog's Day. It's
Yeah, but
literally
I think,
where...
I think a groundhog is a gopher. Am I wrong?
No, it's not.
No, I
They're
don't think
different.
so.
That's fine.
Fuck it.
Groundhog, gopher, whatever. Bill Murray will be there. So, anyway.
Oh my god, he is in... Oh my god, that makes a lot of sense.
Wait, what?
Because there's a gopher in Caddyshack, and there's a groundhog in
That
Groundhog
may be why
Day.
I mistook them. Anyway, because Bill Murray was in my head when I said that. So,
Okay.
am I right?
The typical gopher is the pocket gopher, a small fossorial creature. Groundhogs are considered part of the marmot group, which contains 14 species.
Wait, am I right or wrong?
It's a
So,
group. It's-
one
it's
is a
a
subgroup
blanket.
of the other.
I'm fine, that's fine. I'm okay
good.
with that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
fuck it.
mystery solved. On to more pressing matters. Velios, you are strapped down. The two of you can make checks after this.
I'm going over here.
Elenia is standing next to Anson. Anson has a small, dark purple, sap-like concoction, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna pour this in, and then I don't know what's gonna happen.
Me either. Let's find out.
But I do know that it will complete the process more substantially. And the one thing you're going to notice is you're going to be able to see in the dark. It'll probably change your eyes, how they look. There could be secondary effects depending on how well your body takes this. So it shouldn't be life-ending. It could have, depending on how poorly it takes, it could have a short to mid-term effect.
Don't grow another head on me, okay?
I don't think that'll happen, but sometimes if you don't fight it off quite well, you might obtain other aspects of the thing you... So,
Good.
Oh,
Awesome. Great.
I'm just
Sounds
throwing that
fun.
out there.
I could be a surgeon.
Well, no.
Oh.
Not...
I thought you meant
We'll
the
see.
thing of-
Hopefully we won't see, but we'll see.
Anyway, let's get this over with.
If you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm not fucking ready, but I'm ready.
All right. He kind of holds your chest down a little bit. Like, breathe slow. Okay. Blood hunters do this all the time. You've made it this far. Then he takes the concoction and he tips it into your mouth. And you drink it, I assume.
Yep.
Okay, you're not fighting it. You and Anson stand there, kind of like this. Go and roll me your first Constitution save.
15.
15. Okay, so at first, it burns going down. And once it gets past your chest, it really gets warm. Not like hot like moonshine, more hot like 70 proof. So it's gives you a little reflux for a little bit, comes down, you got a burp, hits your stomach, and then immediately your head snaps back and he starts shaking against the straps, and you see he's having a seizure. At this point you get the dark vision and stuff. You can feel your eyes, even though your eyelids are closed, it's bright. Which is a very new sensation. Yeah. It's not necessarily comfortable. So you now have 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a second Constitution save.
How do I read this? That's a 9.
Niner.
Niner.
Okay. So continues to shake. Go ahead and roll perception.
Fuck. A 6.
A 6. Okay.
I think I've grabbed something so hard in my life.
You're very concerned about the shaking, and then let's see what Anson sees. Anson notices. He looks down and he says, "Fuck!" And you look at his feet, and his talons get a little bit longer, and they're inky black.
Oh, God! Is it happening with his hands, too? Because he has
bit.
talons.
Not as much, but his talons on his feet are more of his biological. So just the very tips of his fingernails kind of look like they're just barely dipped, so it doesn't seem to affect the hands that much. Go and make your last Constitution save.
This could be fucking terrible. It's a 15 again.
15, okay. He shakes, and then, and his eyes are closed. You start to dream. You kind of sit up in the dream, and you look out, and all around you are clouds. Just nice, white, soft clouds. It's like you're flying above them, which you've done before. It's not like... It's nice, because you haven't done it in a while, but it's not weird. It doesn't feel bad, but you're not actually flying. You're just kind of sitting up. And you look down, you're just on a bed in the clouds. And you sort of step off. Your feet touch solid ground. And you walk for a little bit, and you just sort of walk. And you kind of look around, and just little wisps of clouds. You're on tops of nice pillowy. You sort of walk through them, and it cools your thighs. And the sun is somewhere underneath the horizon of these clouds off in the distance, and so the light comes from one direction. It feels pretty good. You breathe in that nice cool air after being in this hot, dank dungeon next to a fire, drinking this hot potion. And you breathe in, and it feels like home. It's this nice, crisp air from high-altitude place. And you see off, not too far away, but a good distance, home. You see it. You see it floating in the air, and you see the nice, tall buildings of your nest specifically, where they are tall and they have the sloped, tubular roofs. Kind of, for those who haven't seen it, think like New Mexican clay tiles, where they kind of look like tubes from afar, and then as you get closer it's slotted like this. But it's not made out of that. It's made out of a like an ashy gray colored material, and they're very tall, often on stilts, and they're kind of stacked up. So there might be a building here, and then another one stacks up over here until the tallest one, your home. And you just sort of float over, and then you feel a tug at your hand from behind, and you turn around, and it's your father.
Oh, God.
And you see him, and you guys don't talk. There's no words. He just hugs you, and he holds you close, and you... At first, you're sort of strong-shouldered, and you kind of hold up, and then you just sort of sink. And he kind of gives you that. And you kind of back up, and he just looks at you, and he says, "Come home." And then you wake up, and these two are a little freaked out, because you stopped breathing entirely. Alenia is pounding on your chest. She goes, "Wake the fuck up!" And you go,
Hurts!
Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't want to do that again.
You stopped breathing.
for like a minute.
But a minute is
That's a long time.
yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was a lot.
Your feet got a little weird, but
Kind of fits, I guess.
You look down as he starts unstrapping you, and your claws are just a little bit longer and more curled, and they're kind of poking out of your shoes. Those aren't going to work anymore.
No.
So you're on the ground. AC is not going to change.
Okay.
So you can basically just ditch those if you want.
Okay.
Because even like the bones in your talons itself have elongated. You
So
can
is
actually,
it going to be 18 or 19 now?
it's -1 from your normal
Okay, so
on the
Yeah.
ground AC.
Okay.
Because they only added 1 to your AC.
Yeah.
And so you're in the air, AC is the same.
how do you feel?
Better.
Yeah, your mind is actually
His eyes are like bright yellow now too.
mostly not like jaundice, like a like when you look into almost like cat eyes,
We're like the yellow
like they're
eye
reflective.
squad now.
Like when you see him, the light from the med bay on top is reflecting off the backs of his eyes now.
So they're red, but
The red right around the pupil, there's like flicks of red, and then behind that, there's a yellow change. Like if you pointed a flashlight to him
iris.
if you pointed a flashlight to him, right? It's not like the iris itself. It's like the actual biology of the back of his eye changed entirely
I was gonna
to
say,
reflect light better,
we're
which
all
is
the,
exactly
the
what happened.
golden eye
I
squad.
can see in the
but-
dark now.
It does. See, the thing is, when you look at it in low light, you think it'll look normal, but he's looking like the light's coming directly down into him from the overhead lamp, and I mean it looks yellow with a little bit of red around the black. And he looks around, but it's definitely reflective, so it's kind of that shining a light on a cat in the dark feeling, but it's bright out, so yeah. So it is a little bit yellow eye squad.
Am I unstrapped yet? Or am I
You're,
still...
you're
Icillius.
unstrapped. They were unstrapping you after the fact.
We need to have a talk also. Just us later.
Okay.
All right, so that should be good.
Whenever you want to talk.
Glad you made it through.
Me too.
He leans down next to you. Did you see anything? You can't hear this.
She can't hear it?
He's just whispering it to you as he sort of...
Just gonna like whisper, yeah.
It worked. Then he gets back up. Alright. You guys go do whatever you need to do. I'm going to use this gate nearby to travel a little bit. And I'll meet you back here in a day or so.
Okay.
I wanna help with his hand. I wanna see what I can do. So don't stray too far.
Okay.
Marengo area is fine because I have some gates near here,
That's fine.
but
Well,
not too far from here because I can't go much further south.
we'll just lay low here while
Right.
we wait.
Okay. All right. I'm going to the elves for a little bit. Yeah, it should work though. The Fae should change the time. Okay. I'll be back. Is there anything are you guys good?
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Welcome.
think we're good.
Thank you. I would have died for sure. 100%. So,
Some of us almost did.
yeah. Sorry for being an asshole. I do
It's
that.
understandable.
I do that because most people are unreliable. You guys, that's twice now.
We haven't let you down yet.
You guys have made up for your peculiarities. So yeah. So I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay. I want to help. I want to make sure that you shouldn't have had to lose the hand for me. That's not cool. So I'll be back.
Alright.
Okay. So
Thank you, Ensign.
no problem. And then he sort of just starts walking away into the night towards the north where the Fae Gate is.
I just, yeah. Shit, we should take it easy for tonight.
Yeah.
I'd like some relaxation.
Did you, talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before they do that, can I do one thing real quick?
Yeah.
I wanted to do sending to the Herald.
Okay.
And I just wanted to send him a message.
Okay, go ahead and text me that. While
Yeah. It doesn't, you don't have to answer. This can be for next time, I'm just saying.
Okay. I'll see
yeah.
what you ask, depending.
We'll, like, walk over somewhere more private. Like,
That's fine.
I don't know, the bar or something, and
Sure.
close the door.
Okay.
What's going on?
So you walk over to the bar. Do either of you want to drink?
No.
No.
Okay.
So, when I stopped breathing, it wasn't just nothing. I saw something. And I know you've had those dreams before where you kind of like see stuff, you kind of feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was not breathing, which is fucking weird to think about, I was flying through clouds and I saw home. and as I was getting closer, something tugged me from behind, and it was my father. And he hugged me, and we didn't say much, but he told me to come home. I need to go back.
Can I make a religion check
Yep.
to see if I know anything about, like,
Sure.
I don't know, bird afterlife?
I get you.
Oh, that's actually really good. Where's my religion? 21.
21. Okay. There is a little bit in Aarakocran lore where they claim they come from the air itself.
Mhm.
Like the actual embodiment of air, and they feel like long ago, not now really, it's more of like a creation myth than a actual history of their people, where they think that the first Aarakocrans were breathed into existence, so to speak, through the clouds. The clouds breathed them into life, and they come from a place of wind and air and just purity in that form. And so if there was an afterlife specifically for Aarakocrans, that's as close as you can
Kind of
come to.
rejoining whatever that...
Rejoining kind of the
Element
elemental purity of being so close to the sky.
I don't know for sure because, you know, living in Nightstone, I kind of picked up some things about the nest because it was closer, but I think when you were not breathing, it wasn't just a vision. I think that was actually him.
I think we have to go back. I think it's time.
Yeah, I think he's
I think
telling you.
that's the sign.
Are you ready?
No. Because he won't be there.
But we're here. We're here.
I think that's where we go next.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a choice now.
As soon as Anson gets back. As soon as
We'll figure a
Icillius
way
gets a
out.
hand. Yeah. Should be able to get there now.
Not sooner than expected, but
Well,
I think that's the vision. I think that's it. This will be real hard. A lot ahead of us.
I think we can do it. You know we have your back.
It's gonna be probably the hardest thing we've done so far. So
We've taken down a necromancer, so...
yeah, but this is
I know.
in a sense overthrowing a king.
But I think that people see when we get there, hopefully, that you're the rightful heir.
Yeah, but it's also been 5 years.
I know, but a lot can happen in 5 years, and
Yeah.
just because you disappeared doesn't mean you're gone forever. And
That's true.
I know it's hard for you, but you need to keep a positive outlook on it.
I am positive, but it's just hard to be so positive.
Well, I think we should tell the others about. That's definitely our next step, and
Yeah.
we need to prepare.
Mm-hmm. Really prepare.
We need to be ready.
I don't think I'll ever be ready, but
We'll be ready. I promise.
at least I'm not doing it alone. That would be awful.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
let's go back.
Yeah. Turn in for the night.
Okay.
I'm hurt.
Do you tell the other two right now about the...
No.
Yeah, we'll wait until the morning.
Okay. All right. Let me see what the professor sent. And yeah, we'll take care of that next time.
I assume so.
Okay. Okay, so as you guys sort of spend the night in front of a rather impressive bonfire that is now just sticks and wood, the nice breeze moving in, rested after just a really shitty experience.
It's been a bad day.
It's been a bad 2 days.
Bad couple of days.
You feel pretty good. That's where we're going to end it tonight. Functionally speaking, we're going to add those levels to you out of game. We can do that tonight if you want, or next time.
We'll do it tonight.
Okay. Obviously, you get to add dark vision. Your spells and shit will change a little bit. Do you get an ASI?
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
So you will get ASI.
ASI, what's that?
Ability score increase.
Oh, duh.
Ability score increase. Yeah. Before we play next time, remind me that you sent this, because we texted between sessions and it'll get buried.
Yeah.
I'll try to write it down in something.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be next time. That's just,
I get it. Well, that's how sending works. Is pretty immediate. So I'm assuming, like, right at bedtime, you kind of send this.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, he's going for Icillius' arm. If there's anything you need to discuss about the arm thing, we can do so. So, thank you for watching. That's the end of this episode. This is episode 4 of Charisma Saves. We have now finished Horrors in the White Pines, which went an episode longer than I thought it would, but you guys had a really hard time with that particularly beefy guy. So yeah. So,
Kind of felt like a vacation to Plainfield.
To what?
Plainfield, where Ed Gein lived.
I don't know anything about
Why do you know that off the top of your head?
He's a
That's
serial
right,
killer
that's
enthusiast.
This explains the murder of the pregnant woman so much.
Plainfield. Ed Gein was the butcher
Oh,
of
Ed
Plainfield.
Gein!
Yeah,
Oh,
the butcher of
oh.
Plainfield. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know.
He's mediocre.
I found the two bad guys.
There's better.
One of the troll is from Mordenkainen's. And I was like, well, that's a cool monster. What kind of lore is around that? I didn't like it as much. And then I found the other thing in this book. Is it this book? Is it 5th edition Foes or the other one? It might have been another one. And I liked his lore a little bit. And I was like...
So you kind of... Good idea.
So they're very cool. So shout out to those two monsters. This Friday... actually, why don't we move that to Sunday entirely?
I was gonna say just combine it all.
Just
Yeah,
combine it.
we'll
So
answer questions
instead
while
of
we
Friday for the Q&A
That
stream,
sounds good.
on Sunday, it'll be me, Sarah, and probably Hugo, and I think these two are busy. We'll be painting minis. We're going to be painting these first, so they'll be easier to see on the battle screen. And then we'll paint some other ones. We'll see how far we get. Doesn't matter. We don't really have a quota. But we'll answer fan questions. So if you would like to, go ahead and go to the official Discord server, which Sarah will send in the chat right now. Even though she's writing in a book, she's taking notes.
Taking notes
like a good D&D player. The server will be in the chat shortly on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, I will try to remember to put it in the description. So yeah, join that, and there's also a fan art section, all sorts of cool stuff. And when we get the emojis finished, we're not quite partners yet, which it would help if you subscribed. So if you want to subscribe, support the channel, make sure we can get more minis and cool stuff, and pay the electricity bill over here. That would help a lot. We really appreciate that. And if you don't have any money, just following is cool. But Twitch Prime is free to sub, so consider that. I'll probably be streaming a little bit more this week myself. I answer questions about this as well. I think that's it. So thanks for coming. Any parting words? Don't get your hand cut off in D&D.
Don't get hands cut off. Also,
Don't shoot pregnant women.
keep your friends close.
And your hands closer.
That's a